Well, let's just jump right into it.
Yeah.
Let's not waste any time.
Nothing happened really that much. So
That's it.
you
Nothing.
can head out,
Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing good.
We didn't get pizza.
We actually didn't.
Yeah, we didn't get pizza once.
I'm surprisingly
You
the
only-
only
yeah.
person who got pizza.
Really?
We got pizza at an
Yeah.
Italian
Yeah.
restaurant.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had some too.
It was
You had
good.
some,
Yeah.
you
Pizza.
had some
Yeah.
of his pizza.
Some of
yeah.
his pizza.
Well, that counts. You went to New York and got pizza. That counts. That counts.
Well, I'm a New Yorker. So.
All right, so let's just
Let me
start
throw-
from
let me
day
throw-
one.
Let me throw on open the notes. You
Yeah.
know,
Oh my god.
I got us a nice little like.
It's 2 hours.
A nice little 2-hour list.
I see 30 of those that I was not there for.
Yeah, this is all Thursday.
I have a different
Yeah.
note for Friday.
Yeah.
Your first day, we had like 2 notes.
Welcome back to the Please Listen podcast. Today we're going to be talking about our New York trip. Vlog out on Friday, but let's hop right into it. So first up, Christian over here got to take us to the airport
I
bright
did.
and early. You know, we
Uh-huh.
left the house. We got to the airport around 5:30.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun.
It was
I was
good.
asked to DJ in the car.
Yeah.
and,
As always,
as
as always.
always. And they said to put on a banger. You know.
Yes, you did.
So obviously I had to play "Counting Stars" by One Republic. Lately I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the. All right, we're on time. We're on time.
As I already heard it 5 fucking times on that drive. That's how many times it was.
Okay, so
playing.
because it would play, and then I was like, okay, let me queue up some more songs, and then I queued one song, and then was like, I got no more ideas, so it would play, and then it would go back.
This is the counting stars. Quite a bit.
One bad bitch and she do what I say so. 2 big 40s and a big ass
Wait, he was
Draco.
listening to.
Blueberry
He was
Faygo on the way to the
Yeah.
airport. All right, but yeah, that was.
But important note also, we went a day earlier than Jason, so being brought to the airport was me, Philip, and Cameron. Cameron's sitting off in the wings for any additional context.
Cameron's waving, but you can't see.
you haven't earned
He's
that
blowing
yet.
kisses.
He's
Dude.
swiping. He's swiping.
Dude,
right
he's
now.
He
lurking
got his
in
swag
the
on.
shadow. He's lurking in the shadows. I can barely see the guy.
He's
I could
dashing.
just see his eyes.
He's like Dash.
I know. It's like a predator in the woods.
Yeah.
Pretty much, we get to the airport, you drop us off. We take maybe 10 steps, and I forget what exactly it was, but Philip just goes, "What if I had a pipe bomb?" Oh, whoops. We're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It's
It was
over.
pretty loud too.
Yeah.
It was like one of the loud ones.
I mean, good thing you put "what if" before.
What
So
if?
It
Yeah.
establishes that you don't.
No, it's like the
What-
Disney series. It's more like the
Yeah.
Disney series.
What-
Now, what if I had a couple pipe bombs?
What if I had more than one pipe bomb?
Damn, look at this line. I wish I had some pipe bombs.
At the airport.
Security. Blast them.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so then we waited in line, had some great discussion in line. We were talking about how Cameron would talk about anime with an old man he sat next to if he was sat next to one.
That'd be crazy.
It was
I love
like,
that.
Like, yeah. Tony Soprano is kind of like this guy from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Do you remember when Dragon Ball didn't have a Z? Old ass bitch.
Oh my god, you would love this lolly anime that we just saw.
yeah,
Yeah.
Sharon
lollies.
Karen was like, yeah.
He just
I mean,
gave
Karen
us the
specifically said,
fucking-
you know, like, yeah, let me give you a recommendation list. Maybe you could do like Jujutsu Kaisen. You could check out Boku no Piku.
The first episode of
Prison
Goblin
School.
Slayer.
Prison
Yeah.
School. You know, he's like a prison school kind of guy.
Only the first episode.
We were talking about you just like scrolling through the most like degenerate manga ever, and you're like hands this far away from you. Everyone can see it, and you're just
You're no
this
no
is
shame.
awesome. This
Oh
is
my
no
God.
shame.
You're gooning to
Yeah,
the.
you're just gooning. Like you're on Reddit, and you're just gooning.
I had to bring it up. I
Yeah,
had to bring it up.
I'll put a fucking timer.
Yo, but here's the thing. Here's the
There's
thing.
too much
Christian,
gooner jokes.
There was a lot of gooning jokes on this trip. It's moved past the podcast.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real. The goon
Yeah.
is the goon
Okay.
piece is real.
Okay.
So we pretty much we make it through security. They didn't find our pipe bombs, and we make it over to the concourse. You know, we would chill, get on the plane. The way it was originally organized was I forget how we were all sitting, but then all of a sudden you just got like upgraded to
Yeah,
aisle, right?
I was
You
like
got
on my way
upgraded.
there, and I go, "Oh shit, I got a fucking window seat, and I'm like 3 rows up."
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
moves
yeah.
up,
Yeah.
and then so me and Cameron both are across the aisle from each other, but we have middle seats.
Okay.
And then the door of the plane shuts. Cameron has no one next to him. He moves over to window. I'm just stuck between these two normal people. To be fair, like nothing crazy happened with them,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I could just tell like the guy on my right was just like he just has Priscilla on the movie Priscilla.
Yeah.
He's just playing that and just like also reading a book. Like he's not looking at Priscilla. He's just using it as background noise. I was like, what the fuck?
It's Subway. It's a Subway
it, I
Surfer.
like it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna have
Priscilla's
two
a Subway
sources.
Surfer,
Two
yeah.
sources.
Priscilla. of all
Yeah, I was like,
movies.
okay.
I almost watched Priscilla. I was like this close. I was like,
I was watching the screen for him, and I was like, damn, that shit looks kind of good.
yeah.
I relate to this Elvis guy.
Yeah.
Where's his story?
I feel kind of bad for him, you know. Only really notable thing on the plane was Delta, because I didn't have any. I was just using my phone, so I just had the flight map open, and on Delta, it has all these like little landmarks that pop up. So like you'll be flying over somewhere, and it'll be like, oh, DeLand Museum, and like all these like random things, and it just kept putting high schools. Just like it'd be like oh,
I did not notice.
like this rock, and then it's like oh, this historic landmark, Tequesta High School, and I'm like, what? And I'm like reading it, and it's nothing. It's not saying like, oh, this person went here or it's notable. It was just,
The high school.
hey, they have an engineering program. I'm like, what the fuck?
Culinary.
Damn.
Culinary Academy. I shows his face.
Damn, I should go back.
Back
But so we land.
It's a high school.
Well,
to for culinary.
I gotta go. I didn't go to culinary high school.
That's true. That's true. My
Think
brother-
about all the
I'm
high
talking
schools
about
we
our
didn't
like
go
our
to.
academy programs like Forest. Doxed.
But
Forest Hill Drive. We like J Cole.
yeah, J. Cole. J. Cole type shit.
That's what we're saying. That's
We
what-
from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
But nothing really else notable happened for me on the flight. I don't think any of us really had anything super notable. But what do you think the guy who was reading and was listening to Priscilla would order when drinks came around? Tomato juice
Oh, that's right, you
with
told me.
ice. And so you should get tomato juice with ice. And I'm like, this guy's a fucking psychopath.
Drinking that Clamato
Yeah.
juice, dude.
And we fucking land, and we're waiting for the everyone to get off, and I just look over, and he's on his phone now, and he's playing like a a matching game with like stock images of like little girls.
He's doing CAPTCHA.
It was literally like capture shit. It was like tap, like it was like two of the same thing. You had to find the
Yeah.
differences, but it was just like stock images of like
Just children.
children. And I'm like, what?
Put the
I was like,
little
this guy's
girl where her
insane.
mom
What game
is.
is it? What's it
I
called?
don't know. I have no
What's it
idea.
called?
Why do you want to know so
Oh,
bad?
you were really.
Sounds like a fun game.
Yes, does it?
Sounds
Sounds
like a
like-
challenge.
Oh, you were so anti-goon last week. Now you
I
were
never,
going,
I
oh.
never said I was gonna do that.
Oh, sorry.
I just said it sounded like a fun game.
Two
We were
different
gone.
things,
He's upgraded. He's gooned a little harder this week.
Yeah.
Letting us in on it.
I had the house all to myself for 4 days. What else? What else am I supposed to do?
Every corner
Hey,
has been
can
gooned.
No
you
wonder
blame
the
me?
kitchen fucking
Can you
stinks.
blame me?
Yeah.
What do you think's in that
You
garbage
goon in the
disposal?
garbage disposal? You goon in there? Climb down in there. Ooh, slimy. Gets me
Most
horny.
disgusting.
It's like the Star Wars scene. Where
Yeah,
they're all, like
he's in
the-
there. He's
yeah.
like, he's looking for the tentacle.
Cool.
He's looking for him. That's crazy.
But yeah, so we land. I don't remember anything super notable about getting from the airport to Dylan's house.
It was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Pretty smooth. We were like, ooh, it's cold. Cameron the entire trip was like flexing his Temu jacket and that he was never cold.
Yeah,
ever.
I guess we should clarify. Cameron's suitcase, which was a backpack, which
backpack.
the
One
zipper
backpack.
broke at the end. One backpack.
Really, bro?
Yeah. Consisted of one jacket from Temu, four shirts, all from Temu, like half from Temu. Half of it was from Temu. The other half,
Two.
other half was designer. He had like some Gucci stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah, he had Gucci undergarments.
Yeah. He had the Gucci flip flops. He had one pair of jeans. Mind you, it's 40 degrees.
Yeah.
It's 40 degrees. And to Cameron's credit,
We're there for 4
he
days.
did try to shop for cold stuff, but He did it in person in South
I'm giving this guy
Florida.
no credit.
And okay.
I'm giving this guy no credit. He knew about this trip for 2 months. 2 months.
Hey, Cameron, you survived though.
He
You
survived.
showed
He
up.
survived.
He thrived, bro. He was thriving.
We can talk about how he got a concierge.
Yes, yes. So
Yeah.
we take the bus. We got to take a train to a bus because Dylan lives now in like New Jersey. We get all the way out there to the boonies,
Yeah.
you know. And it was just so funny because we pull up to Dylan's house and we're like, damn, I wonder what building it is. And it's like this very like like pretty old style street. And then just like, oh, cool, the gentrification 10-story building. Yep, that's where he lives. And it's just like the
Yep.
first of all the tech bro mansions.
It was insane. It was just like, it just did not feel like it should be there at all.
No, not at all.
But it was
literally
cool.
it was from down here.
It was very pretty.
You know,
in the middle.
It felt
Guys,
like you were
if-
in
yeah.
Toontown, and it was like the office people took over that block, and that was his place.
That's why he fucking
And he
loves
loves
that game
Toontown.
so
Yeah.
much.
I'm
That's
like,
why-
bro,
and Dylan's the blue cat that's saving the neighborhood. You know,
he lives there.
but yeah, literally insane shit. If anyone's worried about how Dylan's doing, he's better than all of us combined. He's penthouse living, and
Bigger,
a one
better
bed,
things.
You know,
yeah.
he ain't even gonna watch this
That's how good
because
he's living.
he's living so good.
He's gooning as we speak. On
Anything
a 10th floor.
anything he sees
On
from us, he
Toontown.
feels bad.
You should see the view.
Yeah, the
Goon's
view's actually goon view.
View you could goon to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Drake named his album after. Views.
Yeah.
It was that. You know, the
That
New
view.
Jersey skyline where you could goon.
Oh, so it was about New Jersey.
Yeah.
If
Oh,
you
yeah.
look far enough to the right, if you squint a little bit,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
might be able to see the New York skyline. Just a
It
tip.
is true.
Okay.
You
Just
just like
the edge.
push up against the glass and you look all the way
You
out.
open up the window, you climb out to take a photo. Like if you're on
Yeah.
Snap, you're like, look, I'm in New York.
Yeah. You still see the fucking
Yeah.
building, the corner of the building.
That's so funny.
But yeah, so then we get there and we go, okay, well, first thing we got to do is we got to get Cameron some more clothes. 'Cause we're here
Yeah.
for 4 days. Like
And we're also going out.
we're going out
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
There's special places we're going, so we need special clothes. So Dylan tells us about this ethereal department store that's
yeah.
a few blocks
Yeah, he
away.
goes, oh, it's just a few blocks down the street. And I'm thinking like maybe like somehow like a gentrified like Target or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But
So we start walking,
Yeah.
and we're just like we're passing all of these like you know, kind of like family owned shops and stuff. And so we're like, okay, we'll stop in here. We'll
yeah,
look
very
in
like
here.
Brooklyn style,
Yeah.
like, you know, just mom and pop like stores for
Yeah.
everything. And so we're just stopping every time we go. And we stop in this one place called fucking
Roma's. Roma's,
Shout
bro.
out Roma's.
Yeah.
If you're in West New York, go to Roma's.
You can get 2 suits for $150.
Okay.
It was nice. It was
Okay,
nice in
that-
there.
Most of the shit was all right, and it was like $20.
Yeah.
Like it was so cheap. And then this dude fucking sees Cameron looking and goes, "Stop what you're doing. What's your size? We're gonna get you dressed."
Yeah.
And we start dressing Cameron, and he gets this whole like Palm Beach like rich ass experience.
Hey.
And we're like, for $20.
This is crazy.
I was like, tip him. You gotta tip this motherfucker. But he got dressed up
Yeah,
good.
but yeah, it's a good amount of clothes,
we
Cam.
got him a nice jacket there.
Jacket and pants.
Jacket
Like-
pants there.
Yeah.
Went to another department store. I forget what we got, that crazy looking one.
Yeah, we
With
got him
the-
a couple like more pants,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
they're
Just
like-
stuff to wear.
Yeah. And we just keep fucking walking. And Dylan's like, oh, the department store's like right up ahead. We had to have walked like
was
15
it was
blocks.
15, 20 blocks.
Yeah, like it was so far.
He's just like he's not human.
Yeah.
He's not a human.
And the thing is, like, we hadn't eaten at all. Like, we flew out at 5 a.m. You know, we got to the airport like 5:30. Flew out at 7. Got there at 10. Got to Dylan's at 12. It is now 1:30, and we have just been walking. And Dylan's like, okay, yeah, we can eat after the department store. It's like right up ahead. And like the thing is, it's a straight road.
You
like,
can't
I can
see it.
Yeah, I can see down the whole road. I'm like, there's nothing that says department store. There's not a single thing that says
Yeah.
department store.
And he keeps saying it's like, oh, it's huge.
Yeah,
But it's like
it's
there's
gonna
no
be
way.
perfect. So we say, fuck that, we're done.
Yeah.
We go to this like Argentinian like bakery. and get
Oh
breakfast.
shit. And then we all got the concierge experience.
We did. That
It
guy was awesome.
He just brings out fucking. We basically just ordered like a normal breakfast.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Oh, one sec. Takes a little while. We're like, oh, we're probably just gonna get like a couple plates. It'll be really chill." Comes out with like this whole tray of all our shit, and it has like bread for the table, like you were eating at like a normal ass restaurant. But this is like, it looked like they never get people who sit down.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like, oh, someone grabbed coffee here, and there's like little pastries. But we ordered real food, and this guy just comes out with all this fucking shit, and we're like, dude, this is awesome.
It was.
It was cheap. It was
so
cheap
good.
as hell.
Yeah.
Gotta treat the white boys nice.
Yeah.
Got to get more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost bought this place, but I'll let you have it.
Saying that to him. I appreciate the bread. I almost bought this.
I was
place.
looking at this whole block for a bowling alley. But, you know, I'll let you stay.
I was gonna turn this.
buying a whole block in West.
Put
They
in a
thought
whole.
Keegan was Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Ooh, what about to be on fucking what is it? 24 hours to hell. Let's go to Ramsey.
He
in
ordered a
disguise.
beef Wellington at a fucking pastry shop.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
Yeah, you know, we nothing crazy happens after that. We head back to Dylan's place. We all kind of change. We charge our phones and stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's time for New York. You know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, Friday night, Saturday night, we both have plans. We have things we bought. We have experiences that we like bought tickets for. But Thursday night was kind of just like, we'll go somewhere nice. We'll go.
We'll
walk
just like
around.
let's go eat somewhere nice.
Yeah,
just
you
walk.
know. And so we're heading to New York, and we get off. The bus is fine. We get on the subway, and this is where the tweaker was.
Oh my god! So the only plan we kind of had was like, we're gonna go see a Warhammer store for Cameron, and I was making jokes like, "See, Cameron, we're doing you first," like, you know, hyping him up, trying to get him into the trip. And we're like, get on this fucking subway, and we're kind of packed in on one post, and the guy behind us is like visibly tweaking.
Like it's so
It was
bad.
It was so bad. He literally is like spinning in circles. He's young too, so
Yeah.
I felt bad.
Yeah.
But he was like spinning in circles and like itching himself, and he's like, and and Cameron and fucking Keegan are facing us, and he's right behind.
It's
them.
like the back of a subway
Yeah.
car. So the only thing, it's like us, him, and then the door
The
to the next
corner.
car.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting here, like looking at like Philip and them, and I'm just hearing, and like spinning around, like he's like reaching into his
Dude.
pockets. Yeah.
Cameron, come over here.
Yeah,
Cameron, come over here. You gotta tell me what you were saying while he was doing this.
And he's like reaching into his pockets, and so Cameron's about to tell you very funny things. I'm freaking the fuck out.
yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, can we like move train cars? Can we like, because I'm like, all I'm imagining is, oh, I'm about to just get
say
stabbed. Like
what
I don't know
you're
what's in there. I don't know if he's gonna just stab me. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, hop on now.
Hey everyone.
Hey,
Cam. So what were you saying?
Oh,
This week here?
Mm.
This starts like when we got into New York, right? Because the first subway we took, I was like World War Z is gonna happen while we're here. we're gonna get World War Z, and this is a joke I was saying like when we like basically Yeah.
Oh,
as soon as we landed.
No tweakers
So
inside.
this guy and
the beginning.
and he's
Patient
right behind,
zero,
I'm
right
holding the
behind you.
pole. This guy's right behind me, just like like freaking out. Right. I'm looking straight at Philip, who's like right in front of me. I'm going, I'm the first victim. I'm the first victim. It's gonna happen right now.
And then what about? I was like,
He's
freaking
the
fuck out. I was like, he's making that joke, and I'm just.
He is looking at me and saying, "I'm never gonna see the Warhammer store ever."
I was like, I'm gonna die before I see the Warhammer store.
Let's see the
And and that's just and he's still just making noises behind me.
He's
And
saying
I'm,
that. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm not gonna see my mom again. Like this is it. I'm
was
like,
sitting
I'm
there-
like making amends.
I was sitting there. I'm like, he's gonna take a chunk out of my neck right now, right now. He's taking the chunk out of my
It
neck.
was insane.
So funny.
But yeah, and then I think we got off, and he stayed on, and we never saw him again. So
Hope he's doing
Beast.
yeah,
And he was King was very happy.
I was very happy we
It
got
was-
off.
Quite the conversation after that. After that experience.
It was just like, 'cause then it was just so funny because then later on we met up with Tina, who we met on the we hung out with on the last trip, and she was like, "Why didn't you guys just trade cars?" And I was like, "I know," because it was like we were going like 8 stops. Like we could.
Content. I thought that shit was hilarious.
What would you have? I mean, like, what would have happened if you all just started staring at him?
Like all of you.
The 4 of you just.
Well,
As he's
and
going.
Cameron were making such loud jokes and laughing. Like, there was no way he, like, if he had any sort of, like, what this world
Any
was
tie to this
anymore,
realm.
he was like, damn, these motherfuckers laughing at me. And I'm like, hey, as long as he doesn't, like, pass out, like, I think he's chilling.
Yeah.
He's just, he's having a bad high.
He's having a moment.
He's been high, yeah.
I've been there. You guys don't know what happens
We've
in my
all
room
been
after
there.
that. After we all say goodnight, I'm in my room. You don't
You're
know what
just in
happens.
there.
Christian, bro, lock in. You're 0 and 12.
Yeah,
Christian.
Yeah, you have no idea what's going on in CSGO.
He's like too mad. He's like too mad.
Oh no. No.
Christian, what are you doing, man? I look over your
The
stream.
way you be playing makes me think it.
You guys have no idea. That's why there's no cam stream. That's the reason. That's the reason
yeah.
I don't have it
Just
on.
a few times I've looked, I just see you.
But
Do I look like a little Gretchen in the corner right now?
It's just like on that camera angle, you're like barely in.
I'm definitely not me.
Yeah, well, definitely not in this one, but I don't know about that one.
Sorry, dude. We could be a fucking two-headed ogre.
Yeah.
The way we be hanging out.
All right.
but all right. So then we go to the
Warhammer store.
Warhammer store. You know, it was cool.
Was it-
It
yeah,
was, a,
you-
it was a nice little shop.
Everything you hoped
Yeah.
it to be?
Yeah.
Better
it
or
was
worse than the Pokemon store?
You have 15 minutes. Talk about
than
it.
the Pokemon store from last year?
Yeah.
I mean, it was. I mean, I'm just thinking about like comparing it to the one down here.
Yeah.
It was a little bigger, but there was like actual people in there. Because every time I go in
Yeah.
there, it's empty as,
Yeah.
as
Yeah, I was
shit,
like
and-
watching people play the game.
Yeah,
I've
there were
never
people
seen
playing
it before.
There were people playing.
Big ass
really?
table, like figures and like painted like structures.
That shit
And they have-
sucked. We're gonna talk about Saturday.
Yeah, it sucked. So then after that, we moved on, and pretty much I forget we got food at some point, but essentially then we were like, damn, like we want to hit some bars, but we started hitting bars at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
So we're all like kind of drunk, but we're like, damn, at this rate, like we gonna be leaving at 9, blasted. And we were like, damn, we need to find something to like kill some time. And we're walking around.
I was blackout drunk at 7:30. I remember checking my phone and I'm walking in the street and I'm like, I'm blackout drunk.
Philip like, damn, I
7:30.
feel so toasted right now. I looked at his phone like, damn, it's only 7:30, and we were like, oh
You've been holding back for months.
Yeah.
I haven't like literally drinking in months.
anything. Not
I was
even a
talking
little.
to Carlton. I was like, yeah, like my goal to be if I went there, I'd want to be fucked up the entire time.
Yeah.
because the one time we can do is all be walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, it's the one time we can all be walking.
Yeah.
No one has to drive. I would be fucked up the entire time. I don't think I'd be sober once.
Dude, oh my god, I'm just gonna talk about this. So like in New York, you know, weed is legal. And I just kept forgetting this. I'm
Yeah.
walking into like multiple times where we have to take shit out of our pockets, and I pull out a joint, and I'm like, "Oh shit! I got a joint in my pocket." I'm like,
When we
"You're
were
gonna
going,
look at
we
me
were going
there."
out on Friday to this
Yeah.
club, and then he's like, the guy's feeling his pocket, like, what is this? The fellow goes, oh, it's a pre-roll. And the guy goes, okay.
Every time they're like, "Dude, you're good," and I'm just like, "Yeah." Dude, we went on to the Intrepid, a military like fucking museum,
Yeah.
and I'm going through and I'm like, "Oh," they're like, "Just don't smoke it in here, dude." And I'm like, "Okay, I won't."
Chill ass vibers in New York, bro. And so we're like, fuck, it's 8 o'clock. Like, we need to kill some time. And what do we find but a karaoke bar where you can get your own private room?
Oh.
And so we roll up into this karaoke bar, you know, and we were in there for I think an hour. Yeah, a little
Yeah,
under an
that's
hour.
fine. I
It was-
wish-
you just pay for the hour and you can like just order pitchers or drinks or whatever. And it was the first time, like like if you watch anime, you're like, I want to do a karaoke bar because they're like an anime
Yeah.
and shit. But this was like the first one that is exactly how they portray it.
Yeah.
Really?
So you just go in there, you have the TV, just a room for yourselves. You know, it's so
damn,
fun.
it
I'm
was
like,
so-
dude, why don't they
that'd
do
be
this
so fun.
everywhere?
It was
Yeah.
so funny
Yeah.
too because it was like the way the system worked was they just had like a QR code you scanned and then it was all these songs that had like a 6-digit code and when you typed it in it would just black out the screen and then it would just open the YouTube karaoke link to the song
Yeah.
and it was like tons of songs. It's like me and Dylan did Sicko Mode.
Yeah, that's so fun.
We did Counting Stars.
We had to.
We had to
Had
for the
to.
culture.
That's so good.
And the thing that was funny too is the guy like sets up our stuff and he leaves, and we're like singing, and we're like, damn, like these mics aren't very loud. And luckily, you know, I'm in AV, and so you know, I go over to the machine. All of it's in Japanese, but I'm like, well, this one says mic on, and I just turn it, and our mics were so much louder than everyone else's.
There's no way other rooms like just didn't get overshadowed by us entirely.
Like we're jumping around because we're filming too, so we're like jumping around. Like, open that shit up, New York! To just like the most insane shit.
That's so
Yeah, and
fun.
you could already kind of hear the like nearby rooms.
Yes.
So like increasing that, it's like you had to have heard us at the door,
Yeah.
like the front door.
Crazy.
But yeah, no issues there. Just had some fun there. Left. We started doing some bar hopping, And I looked up this one place. I was like, oh, this place has a cool name, like whatever. As we walk over to it, and it's like in like the downstairs kind of thing. So we go down the stairs. We go in this bar. It's packed. We're like, oh, this place is kind of nice. All of a sudden, like I get people start looking at us. And I'm like, oh shit, like we're getting kind of noticed. And we like walk over, like there's like this other, we like kind of turn the corner, and there's like a sign-in sheet. It looks like a college reunion. And we're like,
There's like a food platter there.
oh yeah, it
too.
was like a cheese platter. We're like, oh, we shouldn't be here. We had to like walk out immediately. But then we were like, should we go back? Should we go back and hang out? And we went back.
And then we left again.
Yeah, we walked back in, and we were like, because we were like, if we could find a table, it'd be kind of funny. We walk in, there's no, like the bar is just like mobbed, and we're just like, okay, we're gonna
We
leave.
just had the IF experience where we just didn't look like we belonged.
Yeah.
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 That's so funny.
Yeah.
So that happened. Other than that, I don't think much else happened. We kind of turned in early that night because
Yeah, we just went back to the place and went to bed.
yeah, a big thing with Dylan's place was that because he's in like New Jersey, is we have to think so far ahead of like, all right, well if we leave right now, it might be 10, but by the way back it's gonna be like 11:30.
Yeah.
It's like, well, okay, I guess we'll turn in now. And specifically on the trip, I asked Dylan like, hey, do the buses run like all the time? And he was like, yeah, they run all. Like he was like, yeah, they start running like really slow at one point, but there's never buses that aren't running. I was like, okay, I remember that.
Foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing. I will say the first night I thought it was really funny. Keegan texted me, sounded like he was miserable. He
What
says
did I
like
say?
he said they're putting on the fucking Jujutsu Kaisen movie right now.
yes. I forgot. I blocked that out
I
entirely.
was like, I read that. I was like, my poor Keegan. What are they doing to my boy? First
what
night.
do you mean?
First
You know
night.
me. You know me. If there's some shit I don't like, I just lean into it even harder.
Philip lives in my realm and Cameron and Dylan's realm. Like he jumps.
I'm a skinwalker. But basically,
Yeah.
I was just like, I know Cameron, you don't really, this isn't his vibe.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want him to feel left out. So we made Jujutsu Kaisen jokes the entire trip. The entire trip. All we did, we would see a bus, and if you know Jujutsu Kaisen, I know it's pretty popular. They do a thing, Cameron, show them what.
They do like hand signs for certain things.
Okay.
But this
Oh,
is like
that's what that was.
this is one of them. And throughout the entire trip, we would look at each other and be like,
Bro, I thought you guys.
like we were blowing something up with our minds. Like
in the
it was
show,
so
this
funny.
means you're killing everyone around you. So we would do that.
Some shit like that. Yeah.
I thought it was like the
Like we were mocking
the
you.
trade offer meme where it was
Oh.
like you receive I give you this, you receive this, because it was
that's not what we
applicable
meant.
half the time. The other half I was like, I don't get that one. That one doesn't make much sense to me.
Bro, see me do this. That's not a trade-off.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
What is that?
He's just pinky promising.
We were killing people.
Yeah,
In your mind. In your mind.
They were. They were.
And we made Predator and Alien jokes.
a lot of
the
those.
entire trip.
Yeah.
What if Predator was behind us right now?
I mean,
That's all we did.
There were some really funny Predator jokes.
yeah.
All right.
was there any? What's the movie called? The one with the New York disaster.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cloverfield?
Cloverfield.
Not too
We
many.
made a couple references, but
Yeah.
not a ton. So we're getting a little low on time, so I'm gonna speed it up a little
Yeah.
bit. So now that's done with Thursday. Friday, not a ton happened, but it's essentially we woke up. Jason got in. He got up to us around 1. We chilled for a little bit. Then we went to New York. Went to this place called Bagel Boss. Not the boss. Do not go to Bagel Boss.
Do not go to Bagel Boss.
Philip had an experience at Bagel Boss.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I come off like very
Yeah.
not like I like you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
people, even though like I'm really trying to be very polite.
Yeah.
So basically, he just like is giving me my coffee and the thing I ordered, and he just goes hot sugar, and I just go yeah sure whatever, and he's like what like what do you want? And I'm like just whatever, dude. Like I just wanted it to go.
Yeah.
I'm like whatever's easier. If you do want it, if like hot's your as quick as possible, I'm chilling. I was like hot or cold, I don't care. You know, like whatever. So I just said yes. And he was like, doesn't even know what he wants.
It was
and I'm
insane.
like,
It was
Jesus
insane.
Christ, man. And I said, I want for you to have the easiest experience. I just said that out loud, and he took that even harsher.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, bro. We got
Like
our
Philip
food.
saying the most genuine, like being so genuine, but it's just like this guy.
I was referring to him
It
as
just-
like
it just
sir.
must be, yeah, it must just
Yeah.
not be the New York energy. You know,
I guess not.
You-
I
they
feel like
don't-
I'm
They don't
very
want
New
you to be
York, though.
polite. They want you to be a little like, I want it fucking black. Hurry up.
So I'm pretty much gonna get us through. Not a ton happened Friday, but
Here's one story.
yeah, we have one story on Friday. But essentially, all we really did on Friday was we went to a bunch of thrift stores. We were just looking at a bunch of different shops, walking around Soho and stuff. But we're looking for food before we went to Bagel Boss. And Jason and I are walking. All of us are walking, and this guy passes us, and I'm kind of like, that guy looked kind of familiar. Like I think. And then Jason turns to me and goes, "Dude, was that Paul Mescal?" And
Mescal.
he was in like Normal People. He's a very like famous. He's like one of the new it guys.
celebrity.
Yeah, he,
Yes.
like,
Celebrity.
recently just
I
blew
know,
up.
yeah, I got it. I know it.
And I'm like, I think it was like I was pretty like because I was like he like Jason said like he has such a unique look to him.
It was like when he walked by, I'm like, okay, I 100% think that was him. I need someone to think that maybe that was him, and that confirms it.
And
That
the thing is,
it
but
was
we're
him.
having this conversation, and I'm like, I think it was. I don't want to run up to some random guy on the street.
Yeah.
But Jason's like, should I run after him? Should I run after him right now? Should I run after him?
Because in my head I was like, the baddies would
yeah, the
love
baddies
would
this.
love that,
If they saw me with in a picture with them, they're
Yes.
like, they would love
you're
that.
mogging him?
And I'm
And you're
mogging
mogging
exactly
him?
because he walked past. I'm like, yo, I'm low key kind of bigger than him.
And he's and,
Low-key
and
taller and
Jason's
bigger.
dressed so nice. Like when he first came in, like we were like,
You're trying to
I
mog
was
Paul
trying to
Mescal.
mog
Mog-
Paul Mescal, yeah.
I was trying
Paul
to mog
Mos-
Paul.
Pog Mog Scal.
Cameron don't know who the fuck that is.
Yeah.
And we're just like, dude.
I know,
is
dude.
that?
Pretty much like he's like the new hot guy for girls. Like girls would
He's
love.
like Timothy Chalamet. Like,
Yeah, he's
this
like the new
year.
Timothy. That's pretty
Yeah.
much exactly the way to put
And
it.
I would have ran after him, but then I said, should I run after him?
I finally was like, yes, go run after him.
And then I look over at Philip, and Philip just give me the. I was like, shit, I can't now.
Because he didn't do it, and he was already so far
he
gone.
was like a block away.
And-
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, I don't know who this motherfucker is. He must not be important.
A picture
so-
with Paul Mescal for Jason would do wonders.
And so the thing is,
What does he need? The earth in his hand?
But
Look at this fuck.
dude, it's like nitrogen for this motherfucker.
He's
like,
Adam
if it
holding
wasn't
up the
already,
world.
if it wasn't already bad, that
Atlas,
would,
my bus. Atlas.
shoot him. You know, that's what Paul Mescal would do.
oh my god, dude, yeah, because then we go and sit down to this one place we ended up not eating at, and I'm researching. I look up Paul Mescal NYC, and I'm just seeing tweets about like, damn, I really just found out Paul Mescal in New York today, but it was like 4 days ago and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. I don't know if you saw this, but Mitski was performing in New York on Saturday, and Paul Mescal was there.
Dang. He could have
Dude, he could have been walking with Mitski.
Imagine you notice Paul Mescal, but you don't notice Mitski
Because he was walking with a
girl.
woman.
Yeah,
he was walking with a woman, a dark-haired woman, but the first person I saw was Paul Mescal, and I was like, oh my
Imagine
god.
if it was Mitski.
Dude.
That photo would have gone even
That-
crazier. That photo would have gone even crazier.
And I waited to tell you.
Mitski, I would have fucking put a net, grabbed her.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that's why I waited till today to tell you that. I saw that on Saturday.
Shit. Oh, I'm gonna have nightmares now.
That's crazy.
Dude, the whole time after he didn't go, he was like, "Dude, I should have gone. I should have ran after. I'm gonna regret this for the rest of my life."
But yeah, so we just kind of thrifted all day, had dinner in Little Italy, went home, changed because at night we had bought tickets to go to a warehouse rave, which was supposed to be from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. And so we were like, okay,
Which is a long time.
which is
really.
a long time. Yeah, you know. Think about like half of your normal goon session. And so we all get dressed. We all it's in Brooklyn, so we have to take it's like an hour and a half to get all the way over there. We roll up, and we're like walking down the street, and we walk right past it because it's just a guy standing out front, and we're like, is that where we're going? And so then we get patted down. We go inside. I think I put a video on my story. You might have seen it. We'll throw up some content. We'll have in the vlog too. We have a couple clips. But essentially, it was just like really good, like jump hardstyle music.
It was the best music like of any place we've went to.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so good.
I loved it.
That Jason was
I loved it.
enamored, like
I felt
literal moth to a flame, like
I
staring.
could not get away.
Nice.
And so we were we're all there. It's like a couple hours into us being there. Philip and Dylan are like going outside sometimes, smoke a joint, come back in.
Don't expose me. Just talk about it.
I just keep forgetting weed's legal there, and it's awesome. And I'd love to be fucked up the whole time. And so we're all kind of just in like a good state and stuff. And I'll explain it from my perspective first because I didn't see anything happen. We're all just dancing, and all of a sudden, it's loud as fuck in there.
Yeah.
But I hear something loud, like just like hit something.
Ooh.
And I'm like, what the hell? And I kind of like look over to my side, and that's where I think you guys could take over.
I do want to say like
Yeah.
I was like fucking vibing out. I was like, holy shit,
No
this is
earplugs.
so fun, right? No earplugs,
Dang,
nothing.
yeah,
We tried to buy
I was
them,
having
we couldn't find them.
so much fun, and then I just hear this loud ass bang behind me, and I kind of glance over, and then I look back, and I see Cameron staring at me. He's like, "Dude, did that hit you?"
So what happened was, from my perspective, because I'm like with Philip behind pretty much everybody, I just see like something. I couldn't tell what it was at first. I just saw something fall and I heard a noise. So I moved forward and it looks kind of like a camera at first glance. So I go to pick it up. It weighs like 5-6 pounds.
It's a fucking clamp. Like a producer, like a production clamp.
It's like a
They
ceiling
screw
mount.
like a
Yeah,
ceiling
so it
mount
fell
clamp.
out.
And it just fell, I guess from all the shaking and stuff, it just fell and it hit Dylan on the shoulder.
But mind you, the ceiling's like 20
Yeah,
feet
yeah, yeah.
tall.
It's a high ceiling.
If he looked up and it was supposed to land on his face, that shit would have gone into his fucking skull.
That's
Like it was metal, like big ass, heavy ass.
Like it must have landed like flat side on his shoulder because if it landed, because it had sharp edges, like stuff like that, like it would have done serious damage.
And he was still wearing his jacket. I
If he
think.
was like
Yeah.
one step to like the left, right into his head.
That's
we were like-
wild. Did it
and-
hurt
and-
him? Did it hurt his shoulder?
No, he was
He,
like-
he
was
said
like
it
a-
was like a sting in the moment, but I mean, because he had a jacket on and stuff.
That's
I think,
crazy.
so.
Yeah, and I didn't give a fuck. That shit hit Dylan, and Cameron's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine.
He
It
asked
didn't hit me."
Jason if he was okay.
It was like, I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It didn't hit me." And then Cameron goes, "Oh, Dylan, are you okay?" Because I'm like, "Shit,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, guys. Shut the fuck up. Listen to the music." And I took 2 videos of the crowd, and I watched them today. The music sounded so quiet on my phone, and it's just everybody shuffling. It looked like a group of like zombies from The Walking Dead. It
Thank
was
you.
so
Thank
funny.
you.
Dude,
Gets it now.
I have clips of Dylan because Dylan was recording a lot, and it was just so funny because he's just recording, and I have footage of just his phone, of him just not pointing at anything, and he's just.
Gotta go. Yeah.
Bye,
Bye.
Philip.
Bye, Philip.
Philip has school.
Philip, do we having school?
If you want to watch the video that I'm talking about, I can show you right now.
Yeah, let's watch him.
Okay, yeah.
Because like I watched that shit today because I was like, man, this shit's. Hold on, let me see the beast ass moment I captured.
Yeah.
And it's just this. Like I put the volume all the way up, but
Okay. Yeah.
shit's so true.
Why is no one on beat?
No one's on beat.
Dude, I was trying.
No, it's not you guys.
But that was it, and the music sounds so tame. In that second.
And dude, we were the only people not doing cocaine. Like we were watching people bump in the like just right next to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Like everyone. Like I've never seen that
None
much
of you were
cocaine in my life.
tempted.
I was.
Thought
Hell
about
yeah,
it.
I was.
Thought about
There was
it.
this group of beautiful women right next to me with these ugly ass dudes.
Yeah.
And they were like, the girls were like, hey, goodbye. They were like all friends or something. And then the guy started like, not to me. They weren't talking to me at
that's what I
all.
said,
I am not approachable. But the guy pulled some out and put it on their knuckles, and they're like, and they turn around and they start like you see it, like
Yeah,
it's
it was-
bright enough.
yeah,
you
just
see
New York,
everything.
just New York.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man.
And I'm like, bro, if one of these women turns around and looks at me and says, I'm doing it, I'm not saying no. I will die.
That would be. I can't even imagine what Jason on cocaine would
dude.
be.
I would
like,
die
dude.
that night if they.
If
looked at
you're
me and
if you're
said
already
no.
how you are drunk, cocaine. I don't even know. You'd be like Taz from Looney Tunes, dude.
So
That's what
I have
imagine.
I have
That's
a
making
clip. This
doubt,
will
yeah.
be in the vlog as well, but this is pretty much so that's where it fell from, that little mount right there.
Yeah.
And that's what it was.
Dang,
it was pretty big.
Crazy. And he's just
You know,
talking.
yeah, it was post game interview.
Yeah, that's
But yeah,
crazy.
like- It's got weight to it, like that's full metal.
Yeah.
Like
That's wild.
yeah.
I know they talked about it for like 10 minutes later. I'm like, guys, shut the fuck up.
Yeah. We talked about it, I went back to it.
Were you high or something? Were you drunk?
No, I was high off the music, bro.
Okay.
That shit I felt it travel up my feet into my fucking legs. It cured my knee for a moment. Like my knee didn't hurt me at all. I was like, yo, I'm fucking. Oh my
it
god,
was
this
really
was
good.
Great.
Yeah,
Nice.
so we stayed until like 4 a.m. right?
Yeah, pretty late.
Crazy.
Pretty,
Yeah.
I
4
loved
a.m.
it. I loved it. Didn't drink at all, by the way.
Yeah, there's
I did not
also
drink
like
at
a
all.
Wow.
tattoo thing, like in the
Yeah,
warehouse.
on like the second floor. You
on
could
the
just go
second
up and
floor,
get
people were getting
tattoos.
tattoos. In my head, I was just like, what if you're getting a tattoo and the music's like, you're just like
Yeah.
shaking, like with the music just shaking.
A big
doing
ass
someone's
metal thing
tattoo.
falls and hits the hand, tattooing you.
Yeah.
goes into your.
I really have to pee. Can I go pee right
Go
now?
pee.
Yeah, go for it.
You guys keep talking.
But yeah, so
Oh yeah, we took
All-
it home also. The thing.
yeah, so
Oh,
we ended up taking it from the venue, and now
It's fun.
Dylan
We
has
had
a
to.
little prize in
funny.
his. We said it's his. God attempted to kill him that day, and he prevailed.
For not doing coke.
We're in the good timeline.
But yeah, so then we get to Saturday. During the day, like the day that also didn't really start that early. We kind of got up around like I'd say noon.
Ish.
Yeah, noonish. And so we all get ready. We go back out to basically the same place. We went back to like Manhattan. Well, first we went to this lunch spot near Dylan's house. We were just walking up and down the street. We're like, oh, let's go to this place. It's like a Hispanic place. I got a burger. We both got burgers, and like the burger meat tasted like taco meat. It was very good. It was just
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
just
a
very
good
surprising.
burger.
It was just like I was like, oh, this is interesting.
They just took taco meat and mushed it into a burger.
Basically.
It was
Yeah.
so weird because I couldn't even put my finger on it. I was like, something about this tastes good.
Yeah.
Or it just said like house meat on the menu, and it was like,
Yeah.
what is?
What is house meat? What is house meat?
Just don't know. Yes, I know to this day.
But yeah, so then pretty much we ate there, and then we went all the way out to the Intrepid, which was the ship on the water. I need to run to the bathroom real quick, actually.
I'll take care of the Intrepid part.
Thank you. Don't forget about the Boston Dynamics dog.
The what?
Oh yeah,
Oh, you guys about the robot dog?
we saw it.
Okay, so the Intrepid that was the aircraft carrier museum we went to. So we go there, $36 to get on. I'm broke as shit. That shit ran me in the negative.
It
So
was
I'm
pretty
fucked.
crazy. Philip got
I'm-
in for free because they thought he was an active soldier.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so he got in for free. We're walking
He's
around.
the luckiest dude alive, that man.
We made some funny jokes, and we saw a robot dog, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the Boston Dynamics.
And made some more jokes, walked around some more, made a lot of Philip jokes, and that was pretty much it.
I believe Philip tried. I think he asked the guy like if he could pet the Boston Dynamics dog, and I think he was like very stern, like don't touch it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's expensive.
Philip, they have a little circle of like kids looking around, and Philip's all black, standing with his hands in his pockets, getting closer and closer to the dude, just standing there, not saying anything. He looks creepy as fuck. He looks creepy as shit. And I'm looking over, like, what is Philip doing? Because he's not even looking at the dog.
Yeah.
He's like not even looking at the dog.
He wants to ask the man.
He wants to ask the man to touch the dog. And he goes, can I touch? The guy turns to him and goes, yo, what's up? Are you okay? Philip goes, can I touch the dog? And the guy's like, no touching. And Philip's like, oh, okay. And leaves. But it's just like the funniest thing ever because it's like, it was so creepy in the moment. And I'm like, bro, what? What are you doing?
What an approach. What an
It's so
approach.
funny.
But yeah, and that was pretty much it. We made a lot of funny jokes. So, sorry, I can't tell you guys the jokes now, but just know they were really funny.
Yeah, I mean we just
Take
walked
our
around.
word for it. They were
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
We
Laugh.
went
Laugh.
on
They
we
were
went on a
funny.
submarine, walked through it, made a lot of goblin jokes.
Because the corridors in the submarine were so small. Like when we had to like get down and get our leg through to go through some of those corridors, I think I hit my head on like every one of them.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You're not built
I'm
for
stupid.
submarine. Yeah,
I'm
you're not.
stupid.
We walked through some like where you could see where people would sleep, and the beds looked way too small. Right?
Yeah.
There's some you could fit on, but then there's some that look too small. But it's just because the curtain was closed, so it was like an optical
Yeah.
illusion. I was like, oh, goblins sleep in this room. Oh, they wash their hands here. Why do you think the step stool's so high? And then there was another one. Oh, we made a lot of gooning jokes. There was one place where there was like a little bed. There was like a mock bed where you could lay on, and I just laid
Yeah.
on it, and I just
Yeah.
started gooning. And there were there was a bunch of like families around and stuff, and I was just like, dude, imagine gooning on this, and fucking imagine 1912, you're gooning on the sub.
like the beds
front of
maybe,
everyone
The
is
beds were
crazy.
maybe like a foot apart vertically. So Matt, like he barely fits in one of those, and he's just like, imagine gooning here. Imagine gooning.
Yeah, I just like I lay in and I turn over like, dude, imagine gooning. That would be awesome.
Being stuck next to you.
Kids
And
are
I just
watching.
start gooning.
Kids
Yeah,
watching.
I heard a little kid go, "What's gooning? Mom, what's gooning?
Mom, what's gooning?
Mom, what's gooning?"
When I left that place, I was like, man, Justin Rose does some hard ass shit.
Yeah,
And now I've seen what he goes through.
Yeah.
our friend in the Navy never been on a sub.
Yeah.
I don't even think he's
Mainly
been
a
on
plane
boat.
guy.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, that was the whole museum, and that's pretty much it.
There's a bunch of planes on top, and some of them, the windows were like literally just painted blue, and we were like, "Are these real?"
Timu ass airplanes. We were
Sheen, these Sheen planes.
yeah, but this one's Sheen, this one's Timu. But yeah, so we leave the Intrepid. Basically, the whole trip up until this point, it has been 40 degrees. 40 during the day, maybe like 35 at night. But Saturday was the day that the weather started to drop. So now it's like 5-ish when we're leaving the Intrepid, and it is already 30 degrees outside.
Crazy.
And it is just going to get colder.
Colder.
And so we leave there, and we go to the Gotham Food Market, which is this like little food court down the road from where we were at. Place fucking sucked ass.
It did. It really
That
did.
place
It
sucked
sucked.
ass.
Like,
It
what
was not
about it?
Gotham themed at all.
Yeah, there was no Batman shit anywhere.
But I'm starting to think that maybe Gotham was a thing before Batman. But it's like, what the fuck? If your shit's called Gotham, theme it after.
Well, I'm sure
Batman.
there were people named Jesus before Jesus Christ, but it's like you got to respect the goat of that shit, you
That's
know?
exactly, yeah.
Like,
So what did you guys expected to go in there and there'd be like,
oh, Bane burgers! Oh my god, Mr. Freeze ice pop! Yes.
Penguin nachos.
I was
what
like,
the fuck?
I was like, what the hell is all American burger?
yeah.
What the hell?
Where's the killer croc kebab?
What
What the fuck? Oh man.
Why the hell are they serving ramen here? What
Yeah.
the hell?
Ramen, chicken and ramen. What the fuck?
just saying that to everyone? man.
Where's the man bat buffet?
Oh man.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Where's the Robin Reuben?
And with that experience, I know like Dylan, Tina, and Philip had a good time because they went to the Asian place. But didn't us three? We were the ones that went to the burger one.
Because the thing was, it was like 5:30, and we had eaten the taco burger at like 2:30, and so we were like, and in my head we kept talking about like, okay, it's our last night, we're gonna go somewhere nice. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna eat that much, and like I don't really like ramen, and there wasn't. It was for being like a Saturday night in a food place. It was like, fuck all was open.
Yeah, it was completely like there was one person at every store. It was completely dead inside. There was just like no soul,
Yeah.
no Batman.
No bad.
It's just the one place, the burger place. It was like one person was there when we walked up. They weren't even in there, and we saw her like just a girl in the corner over there on her phone, and she was like, "Oh, I'm on break. I'll be back in 6 minutes." And so I'm waiting, and I'm like, "Oh, I might, I kind of want some like desserty. Like I'm gonna get like they have milkshakes. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll get a milkshake." And then I wait for her to come back. Then it's like you need to order on the app.
Yeah, we wait like 10 minutes for her to come back and be like, "Oh, you order online," and we're like,
Yeah.
well, there was a cash register right there. And we was like, "What?"
So,
So we could have just ordered, but instead, okay, cool. Now we had to
Yeah.
wait another like 20 minutes.
So then I I open the menu and I'm like, I'm gonna order a shake. I go to chocolate shake. Oh, it's out of stock. Okay. I go to the cookies and cream shake. Out of stock. And then I'm scrolling. Half the menu's out of stock.
like
no,
70%
No
of the
chicken
menu.
sandwiches. Like half the burgers.
It was like you
for
get
some reason.
burger, you get fry.
Yeah, fries were available. Cheese fries not available.
Yeah, it
cheese.
was so fun.
No
Would you
Kraft
get
singles.
Cheeseburger. Riddle me that, Riddler.
Checkmate.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm just saying there was no Batman. They were just Robin.
Ooh.
You know, 'cause I paid $15 for a shit ass burger.
Yeah, I paid fucking $7 for a little thing of fucking shitty fries.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I ate some of.
But so we ate that. Then we walked Tina to the subway station. She left, and then H&M was right there, so we went to H&M. Got a few more stuff for the night. took the train back, took the fucking bus back, and now we're at Dylan's again. Let me look at my notes. Also, for Friday night, after we left the rave thing, we take the subway all the way back to the bus station, and we get off and we're like walking towards the thing, and Dylan goes, "Hey, Keegan, funny history lesson. I just found out the buses don't run 24/7." I was like, "It's 4 a.m."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, they come back on at 6 a.m." We're like, "What?" We're like, "What the hell? We just traveled an hour over here.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, don't you live here?
Don't you live here?"
That was
he doesn't
insane
experience
to
the
me.
nightlife that much.
No, he doesn't
man.
experience anything. We
Yeah,
found
had I
out.
known that shit, I would
he,
have stayed.
he only goes to his house, to Aldi, Target, and his job.
Yeah.
And that's it. He knows his route, and that's it.
Yeah.
And we were like, that's crazy. So
That's what you guys do.
we ended up Ubering,
Okay.
which wasn't bad. Except because 5 of us, so
Yeah.
Dylan pays for like Uber Plus, and this car pulls up, and we're like, oh yeah, it looks pretty big. Me and Philip get in the back of this car, like it's like your car where like the seat folds forward, we get in the back. That thing should not legally be qualified
Uber
to be.
Plus?
Dude, it was like literally like this, and the seats in front of us were like a normal distance. Like it wasn't like they were pushed back or anything.
Yeah.
And we're just like, me and Philip are just looking at each other like, what the fuck? Like, how is this allowed?
I had 2 hours of sleep the night before my flight. It's because I was like, oh, I'll sleep on the flight. I didn't really sleep on the flight. I got to the airport. It took me 3 hours to get from the airport to Dylan's,
Yeah, he was traveling
which is
a lot.
way too long.
Yeah.
And then we just started the day. And so after this whole nightclub thing, I'm tired as shit.
Yeah.
I'm so tired. I had like a quick 45-hour nap, like 45 minutes to an hour nap.
Yeah.
And they woke me up, and I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking exhausted. So we go, and on the drive back, I fall asleep in the car, and I start snoring.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there.
And we're behind.
Oh yeah, and the first thing I hear the Uber say when he gets in, New Jersey, shit. New Jersey. And we took another Uber the next day, and the guy said the same thing, and I was sitting next to him. He's like,
Yeah.
fuck me, New Jersey. I'm like, shit, bro, does it not tell you where we're going? I drove Uber before, so I know.
Yeah. It's just like,
I'm joking,
dude,
I never did.
a stolen valor. So we pregame at Dylan's house. Let's see. Okay, so then begins the trek there, and so it's like an hour and a half to get there. And we talked about this last time we were on the podcast. We went to the basement, but it is a very exclusive kind of joint.
Yeah.
You have to you buy tickets online and stuff, but tickets do not guarantee you entry at all.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different like processes you have to like be aware of. There's like a certain culture, certain only people they let in, and so Dylan's making sure to remind us of all of these on our way. And it's like they don't like letting in big groups, so you have to go in. So like me and Dylan walked up first and said we're a party of 2, and then they came like the other 3 came like a little bit after us.
Yeah.
And so we nailed that. We all have nice clothing on. All that's nice.
Yeah, like we're walking to it. Dylan turns around and looks at me. Like before we're like on the street that it's on, he turns around and looks at me. Dead serious. Don't smile. They don't like that.
Yeah, don't smile at the bouncers. Have your ID ready. Like, have your ticket out. Like, if you fumble, like, if you're like, oh, 1 second, I'm sorry, I gotta pull it. Like, they can just be like, get out of here. Like that. It's that like cutthroat.
And I'm already like nervous as shit. And this
Yeah.
motherfucker turns around and goes, don't smile and don't make any jokes.
Wow.
Is the air?
Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
The mic picked up.
I don't know, but yeah. So we're like okay, yeah. And I remember, the thing is, I remember all of these rules when the last time we went.
Yeah.
And so like, okay, yeah, cool. And the way the process works is, so for me and Dylan at least, we walk up. There's the first guy. He takes your ID. He scans it. All right, go up to the next guys. You go through this like little line.
Yeah.
Get up to there. Got your ticket? Show me your ticket. Got your ID? Got my ID. All right, cool. Wait right here. You're gonna go talk to those 2 guys at the podium in a second. And so Dylan and I kind of just standing there. We're not talking. The 3 of them coming right after us. None of us are looking at each other. Like I'm kind of making like little small talk with Dylan. I'm getting I'm like anxious like talking about it right now. It's so nerve-wracking.
I would fumble this so bad. I don't think I could ever go to the
dude, 'cause
basement.
especially
You'd
because
be fine. You'd be fine.
especially because it's in Brooklyn and we just spent an hour and a half getting here, and it's like, dude, like please be. And it's cold. It is now like 27 outside, and we're like, okay. So me and Dylan, we go up to the thing, and what's crazy is one of the tips that we had given last time that we just completely forgot to do, which was research who is playing that night. So me and Dylan walk up, and they look at us, and they go, "Who are you here to see?" And I go, and the thing, I don't know what it was. Dylan cannot hear this conversation. He's right next to me. We go inside. I'm like, holy fuck, that was a close one. And he's like, oh, I didn't hear a word they were saying. So understand this from this perspective. I'm controlling the situation.
I
right
assume
now.
Dylan has to get into a zone where he completely zones out to
Yeah,
seem as cool as
he starts
possible.
mogging. He starts mogging.
He was
It's like-
mewing. He was mewing. the whole
Pretty much
time.
he's like, I
Yeah.
can't listen to them. I just have to mute the entire time.
And so me and Dylan walk up, and I wonder if I can show. So pretty much, I have the ticket pulled up on my phone, right? And I go, and I'm showing them like this, and I go, Robert Hall, which is like the top name on the thing. Yeah. I go, Robert Hall, and the guy looks at me and he goes, "That wasn't very convincing, was it? Like, would you be convinced by that? Is that like something convincing?" And I go, "No, I'm sorry." And I'm so nervous. I'm like, "Holy fuck! I'm
Mind
gonna
you, by the
fuck this
way,
up."
me, Cameron, and Philip are waiting there so long. It feels like they're up there for like 20 minutes just getting interviewed.
Like,
And I'm like
yeah.
nervous. I'm getting more and more nervous. I remember Dylan
And you
saying,
guys
"Don't
don't know
smile."
what to do either.
No, I had no
We
idea.
had no idea. Well, because they didn't really like grill like that last time.
Yeah, last time it was fun. Like,
It was like just
Yeah.
we like got let in really quickly.
Yeah, and I'm
But
like, no
this
way,
time it-
no way my friends are about to get turned away. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
they're up there way too long.
Yeah.
It should be like 5 questions.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they got asked like 30,
Yeah, I
it
was
seemed
like,
my hands
like.
are sweating.
I had
It was
no
I think it's like one of the
idea.
most nervous points of my life. It was literally like, that's not very convincing now, is it? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. And he was like, so who are you here to see? I was like, I bought these tickets first round. I started pulling shit out of my mouth. Like, I bought these tickets when they first dropped. I remember I researched them when I bought the tickets, but I can't think of anyone right now. And they're like, okay. You boys, so you boys are from around here? And me and Dylan are like, no, we're from, because Dylan's ID's Florida still. So we're like, no, Florida. And they go, where at? Same time, West Palm. Like boom, nailed. Like, now we're getting the quick time events down. We're nailing that shit.
Yeah, but
they're like, where are you from? West Palm. Okay. What have you ever? And then they look at me. One looks at me and he goes, "How old are you?" I go, 22. And he goes, "Oh, this makes sense. They're babies. They're little babies. They're little children babies." And I'm kind of just like,
That's crazy.
I gotta take it. I'm not gonna be like,
I also want to point out. I want to point out the guy that's doing most of the talking to them.
Yeah.
He's like 6.5 feet tall.
dude, they're
The
tall
dude
as-
next to him
Yeah.
was close to 8 feet. Dude was close to. They're fucking giants.
Yeah.
They're huge.
They're giants. I'm freezing. I'm so nervous. And you're like, "Oh, there's little babies. How old are you?" Dylan, 23. Okay. Oh yeah. You see, they're just little children, little babies. And like, you boys ever been clubbing before? And I was like, yes, sir. And then Dylan
said yes, sir?
Yes. Bro,
After getting
How'd
called
you
a
get in?
baby, after getting called a baby and going like,
because
I'm a baby, I'm a baby.
all they want is to feel powerful, you know. So I'm just giving it to them.
How'd you get in, bro? That's crazy.
And then Dylan says, "Yeah, we've been here before." And they're like, "Oh, you've been here before?" And I'm like, Dylan's like, "Yeah, I've been twice." And like, "You?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been once." Like, when was that? It was like, "Oh, it's your last May." And they're like, "How old were you then?" And I was like, I was still 22. And the one guy goes, "Still 22?" I was like, fuck. I was like, that was my normal answer. What the fuck? And they kind of just like, And I swear to God, they stand there for like a minute in silence. They're kind of just like, and the thing is, Dylan had this like, oh, what? This a leather shirt you got on? Like, oh, it's leather jacket. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick? I
Yeah.
just want to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
what
yeah.
just
Yeah.
happened.
You want to try it out? Real quick?
Yeah, trade out real quick for me. But dude, yeah, I get in this tutoring, bro, and it's instantly like I was sitting there, I'm like, dude's not here, and then I was like, oh shit, I didn't join with computer audio. Join in, instantly blast my ears with fucking like some kid show, and I'm like, hey, you here, man? And he's like, yeah, I'm here. Oh, and I'm like, hey, how's it going, man? And he's like, not much, man. Can you share your screen? I was like, he doesn't even know what the fuck I'm doing. So I just share it. And I'm like, yeah, I like completed all this. Like I had 100 on everything. You know, it's like it's just homework and shit. So I'm like, I mean, this one I think I had like a problem with. It's basic math. I'm first year of college, basic math.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking at this equation. I like know how to solve it. And I'm like explaining to him like, I had a little bit of trouble here at first. And he just solves the problem and goes, see, man, that's how you do it. And I'm like, cool. I'm like trying to get him to be like, you're good.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, I was like, I think I'm good for the test. And he's like, okay. But doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the worst.
That's
I like pull out my
crazy.
calculator. I'm like, I'm like looking for problems I might not understand. And he's just like, you know, I can just submit you like your thing. And I'm like, okay. And he just let me go. I was like, oh, thank God.
The goat.
So they just stand there in silence.
Yeah,
And they see
so-
the leather jacket.
So they say, "Oh, you got a leather jacket on." Okay. And we're standing there in silence, and they kind of look at each other and they go, "All right, you guys can go in. Have a good night." And we're like, "Thank you." Take the thing, walk in. I go, "Dylan, I don't know how the fuck we just did that." I rode that high for like 2 hours. I was like, "How the fuck are we in here right now?"
Yeah, so I'm nervous as shit. I'm like, can't smile, can't make jokes. That's the only thing I like to do.
Yeah.
That's all I like to do is smile and make jokes.
Yeah.
I can't do any of that shit. And I'm about to go get fucking grilled. And they were up there for like 15 minutes. I'm nervous as shit. I'm scared as shit.
Yeah.
And then we walk up.
Yeah, I just remember walking up, and he didn't really grill Philip and I because they asked that question like, "Have you been here before?" Like pretty early on, I think.
My swag
then-
spoke for itself. My swag spoke.
Swag spoke for itself. But we were like, "Oh yeah, we've been here before," but he hasn't, and they laid into you, I think,
What'd
a
they
little
say?
bit.
I honestly can't even remember what they asked because they asked me something. Could not hear them at all. I did not hear a single thing they said. And the dude's just staring at me. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, he was doing that. I was like, "Oh my god."
I'm like, what? I like leaned in a little. I'm like, what? I could not hear shit
That's
he
crazy.
was saying.
Dude, I was sitting
I
there. I
can't
was
even
like,
remember.
"Oh my god."
Yeah, I can't remember what he said, but he was just like, what he said, like, have you been here before? I'm like, oh, no, first time. He's like, where you from? Florida. Florida.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Florida jit.
I know. I thought about that after the fact. I was like, damn, like they're gonna. Where you guys from? West Palm.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah.
Were you with those babies from earlier?
No, we're grown men. We're
I
cool.
don't-
We're
did-
chill.
I don't remember them asking us how old we are and stuff. I just
No, they didn't grill us as hard as
no,
they grilled
no.
us.
It lasted like probably a minute. Less
Because you're
than.
tall.
Yeah.
Stop referring to me maybe having privilege.
Maybe. As if you don't for
Christian, you don't understand. This isn't a MOG hangout. This is how unmog you are to get in.
Yeah.
You
gotta be
cannot
like,
mew.
Yeah, you
No.
cannot mew here, bro. You would have thrived.
Yeah.
Dude, they would have said, yo, bring that man in the back. You're good.
Yeah.
Get him VIP.
No, I would fumble it so bad.
Put him with the DJ.
I would fumble it
What
so
would you do?
bad.
What would you do to make you fumble? Come on, say something funny.
I think I'd just joke. I would just start nervous giggling as I do.
Of course, and that shit would piss
And
me
I would
off.
make jokes.
I'd,
and
like, smack the
whatnot,
shit
and I
out
would
of
Where
probably-
are you from?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Now, pretty much, we get in. We do code check. For some reason, you guys like couldn't get let in. I mean, like I don't know what happened because I kept trying to like wait for Dylan, and then I kept having people like push me forward. So then I went up, I code checked, I got in, and I'm like standing there, and I'm kind of like peering around this corner, and I'm like, where the fuck did they all
So
go?
what happened with that? Because I have our perspective. We did our coat check. They gave us the tickets. They also wrote on our arms. I still kind of have it on there, but they wrote the number and everything on.
You still got that shit on.
What?
You gotta start timing your showers, bro.
Okay, but let's not talk about that.
Because my shit's gone as fuck. My shit was gone that night.
Hey, bro, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? You know, showers is a sensitive topic in this
Okay,
house.
I'm sorry.
You come into my house, make fun of how little I shower.
Oh, I know it's your house, bro.
So what is it? Yeah, so we do our coat check, and I'm with Dylan, and I went where Keegan was, and I'm with Dylan and Jason and Philip, and I'm like, where's Keegan? And then Dylan's like, where's Keegan? And I was like, I don't know. I think he just went in already.
He's already.
Because I got just let because no one stopped me. They're just like go in there. I was like okay. And I just went in and I'm like what the fuck? I'm like looking over and for some reason from my perspective it looked like you guys went in like another door and I was like where the fuck are
We
they
went the
going?
wrong way for a second.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, that's I was like where are they going?
For a second.
Where are they going?
Yeah, we
And,
just sat at like the security where they wanted us for a minute.
Yeah.
For some reason, we got stuck there.
And to be honest, my night at basement it was fun. I don't have many stories. I'm gonna swap out with Philip because I feel like the perspective here is where the real juice is at.
We've got
So
some
did
stories.
you guys separate when
We-
you were in there?
So
We did.
So
For the
it
most
was we all show up at like where I hope I didn't fuck that up. But I mean it just flew
He
out.
can check. He can check.
All right, but yeah, so we show up and we're like we were kind of all dancing together at first, right? Like in the little crowd, and then one by one, I feel like everybody just walked off except for
Yeah.
me and Cameron.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I know Cameron's gonna be really funny.
Yeah.
So like I wanted to stay with my boy for a little bit, and one of the first jokes I made to you was about Predator.
This one I love. I love this one, bro.
So
From your perspective, man, because
Yeah.
I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
I am like blasted. I'm like in the ethereal zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's so funny because I'm standing next to him and we're all just like kind of like moving with the music and everything. Can barely hear.
Yeah.
He like taps me on the shoulder. I lean in and he goes, "Imagine you see a xenomorph run dashing around, dashing around."
Well, so I'm like, there was like a weird, like almost like alarm noise that goes off, and I go,
That's
first xenomorph just got released. Yeah, like I'm like, he's running, zigzagging it behind us. He's like, any moment now you're gonna get impaled through the chest. I keep looking at him, and I'm fucked up. I'm like jumping, and I'm like, I'm telling him this, and then I go back to jumping and looking like I'm having
Yeah.
a great time.
Dude, and then soon after, because when we got in, we were like, "Oh,
Yeah.
it's not as like foggy as last time."
Okay.
So like soon after the xenomorph joke, I'm not really paying attention to anything like behind me, but he taps me on the shoulder and he's like, "Did it get a little foggier?" And then it's like smoke up to his chest. I'm like, did it?
So
Like,
I'm being sarcastic. I was
but
like,
it's just so funny.
I'm going,
I couldn't tell.
got a little foggier in here. And he turns around. If you turn around, it was like, it went from you can kind of basically see everything to like, like we're like
Like
in
the mist.
zone.
The
It was
Philip
like the
told me
mist.
about it later, but the joke that he made that I thought was so funny.
Yeah, this
he
is
was
what
like-
I was
he was
trying
like,
to get him.
What if you just see in the corner like a fucking predator with his fucking fangs out like this, and he's getting head like ah.
Yeah, he did
You
tell
know what
me
a predator
that,
looks
yeah.
like, right?
A little bit.
Those
Basically-
things are so fucking crazy looking.
That's what I was the joke I was hoping you'd
that's
say.
what he told
But,
me. Yeah,
yeah,
He was like, "You look to your right, predator getting head.
yeah.
Xenomorph behind him.
Getting cucked.
So
That's what I said. I
funny.
said xenomorph getting cucked.
So
That's the type of shit
funny.
we're gonna see tonight.
At the basement.
Yeah. So
Oh man,
that is the type of shit we saw.
we saw some crazy shit.
Did you
but-
see?
Dude, that's further. That's further. It gets further in there.
No, I mean we didn't see like anything like that, but it was just like it went from we were dancing to like okay, it's really foggy in here. Now it's time to adventure. So it was just like it became this whole thing of like going in and out through these halls, seeing if you saw one of the boys. Like me and Cameron, our biggest joke was I would go up to him and go, 10 minutes, go find another group member, and then come find me. We were playing hide and seek.
So-
The first one,
Yeah.
we gotta explain the first one though.
So basically, like, because I know everyone's kind of fucked up, so I'm just trying to like make sure I kind of have tabs on everybody,
Yeah.
but not like
Yeah.
not so controlling.
Yeah.
But this joke that was just like I could find any of you like really quickly,
Yeah.
and so he hits me with that, and he's like, "Count to 20. I'm gonna go hide. Come find me." So I'm sitting there with my eyes. No, so I'm sitting there.
Dude, you can visibly see this man in like a hall kind of thing, and he has it's like this.
That's
right?
what I saw.
Yeah,
That's what I saw.
These guys called us babies. And then these motherfuckers start playing hide and seek.
Dude, wait, just wait, please. It gets better.
Tell him your perspective real quick, because it's so funny. Because all right, so he goes to count, and then this guy sees him.
Yeah, so I see Cameron leaning on the wall counting.
One,
I see Cameron like this. I see Cameron against the wall like this. I'm like, holy shit, did bro just get touched? Right? So I'm like, Cameron, are you okay? And he just goes, I'm counting. Philip went to go hide.
And you know what he does?
And you know what I did? You know what I did, bro? I go, what did I say?
You were like, keep going. And then he left.
Because I'm like, because I remember Philip.
And then I'm outside. I go to walk outside, and I see Jason, and we're talking about how we both did what we did to Cameron.
Phil's
And
like-
as soon as we're talking about it,
So he runs off, and I'm like, I need to count my last 10 seconds because I was counting to 20. I take my arm off, I turn around, I literally just watch him walk right through a doorway. And so I go out there, and I just see them both talking. Like, they look like they're scheming. And then I just walk up, and they both just see me. And it's just so
Philip's looking at
funny.
me. He's like, I just told Cameron to fuck. I just hid from Cameron. I told him to go find me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I did the same. And then we both just turn around to the doorway and see Cameron staring at us at the same
and you
time.
have to remember, this place is like pretty fucking huge. So we're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's dark as shit. It's
hallways.
foggy.
Cameron is a xenomorph.
I guess so. He's so good at he's a predator. He's a hunter. Yeah.
Bro hunted the fuck out of us.
He's has that fucking thermal vision in that club. But yeah, he found me
It's so
multiple
funny.
times. I said sometimes I would be like, we'd be in a different like section of the whole place, and I'd be like, hit the farthest wall in this facility, then come back, and I would disappear, and he'd find me.
And it
So
got to
good at fighting.
it just became so funny because eventually it was like when they saw me, they were fleeing. Like every time I saw Jason, he'd see me go, no,
No way
and
you guys are
start moving
playing
away.
hide and seek in this.
It was just so funny.
all these
Well,
ru-
dude, it's more like freeze tag.
all
bro.
these fucking rules to get in, but once you're in, you turn into like little kids in there.
Yeah.
Because it's like laser
So,
tag.
so like,
The music's like laser tag.
it's just funny because like my whole night was, dude. I go in, I'm like, yo, this shit is awesome. This is so cool. The alk is hitting me, so I'm like, holy shit. I'm a couple of potions deep. I'm like ready, right? We go outside, we chat. We're like, you know, some people smoke a joint. I don't. Alcohol's starting to hit me, and we're like, all right, let's go back in. Let's tear it up. We go in. The first few steps, I'm like, I can skip this step. Take a step, roll the fuck out of my ankle. I fall to the ground. I just hear people go, oh, I'm embarrassed as shit. I can't walk for the rest of the night. I sit down. I'm sitting down the
Dude.
whole time.
Fucked. He was fucked. And I was right behind him when he did it, and I'm fucked up. So I'm like watching as I'm stepping down the same step.
King of rolling ankle sees that
Yeah,
happen.
so I almost did too, but dude, I'm literally like stepping, and I almost step on this girl's lap, and I'm like, oh shit, and then I see their reactions, and I'm like, do they think I'm gonna step on her lap? And then I looked around, and I see Jason on the floor, and they're all like pointing at him.
Yeah, bro. Dude, genuinely, worst pain I've ever felt in my
That's
life. I could not
crazy.
walk. So
the
for
same,
like,
is the same leg as the bad knee?
no. It's the ankle that I rolled on before my last trip to New York. So it just got even worse
that
than
one.
that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
bad,
and that
yeah.
never healed.
That's crazy.
So yeah, I pull every tendon in my foot. I can't walk for the rest of the night. But they're asking me if I'm good. I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm good.
I knew he wasn't good, but I wanted to stay.
yeah.
I know he's tough. I know he's tough.
And I wanted them to stay.
Yeah.
I was not about
Yeah,
to like
you
go
don't
outside
either,
and
right?
wait
Yeah.
either. I was gonna
No.
fucking tough that shit out.
I was like, I broke my ankle.
and then
You'll be fine.
and I'm like, oh shit, I can still kind of walk. I'm drunk as shit. And I didn't drink anymore because I'm like, man, that shit hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then it started to fade, and then it started to really hurt.
Yeah.
And then I couldn't
I
walk
knew that's
anymore.
what you
gotta
did.
keep
I was like,
drinking.
he just stopped drinking because
You have to keep drinking.
You were out of the vibe, and I was like, damn, he just ruined his own.
Yeah,
night. I
like-
feel like
You have to
that
keep
sucked.
drinking so that the pain goes away.
Like-
I know, I was thinking that, but I'm like, man, do I want to keep drinking like this? Because I'm fucking
Like
50
just
now,
before
man.
all that, I pretty much was like, I'm gonna be outside if you guys like need anything or like if you guys just need to like chill out. And then so I'm outside for a while.
Playing Enter the Gungeon.
And then like what is it? Then eventually I think you came out and was talking to me. And then we just and it's getting kind of packed in this small tent outside. And I just see Jason in the crowd like move outside the tent. And we hadn't shown him that area.
dude.
So we go out there.
It's so
And I was like, that's Jason. I
Well,
was like,
no,
what's he
we're
doing?
sitting there, and you just, dude, all these people, and it's the most like emo goth atmosphere ever. It's like, you know, it's cold out there, and we're just sitting at this like little table, and he goes, "Oh, is that Jason?" And you just see Jason's figure behind all the goth figures go outside,
Yeah.
like to the darkness.
It's like outside. It's
Yeah.
almost like their backyard.
Yeah.
It's big as shit. It's just walls. It's like empty.
And he goes and sits down, and we're like, dude, how funny is it? We're just gonna scare the fuck out of him. No one out there he's alone completely, like in
Yeah.
this entire place. So me and Cameron just follow him, and he sees us walk out, and we're like, we found you.
Because in my head, I'm like, it's cold as shit outside. I'm gonna go outside. Maybe the cold air will help my ankle feel better.
He was like, I'm icing my ankle.
Yeah.
With the air. With
And
the
we're-
air.
We're there.
Yeah.
But no, it was just so funny because as the night went, my ankle got worse and worse. Yeah. And like they didn't see me like limping or anything. So I'm like trying to like, you know, not let them see me walk because I don't want them to see me limp. And I'm trying to walk around a little bit, move from bench to windowsill to like ledge. And I turn the corner and I see Cameron standing there. I'm
So
like, shit,
funny.
I gotta get away. So I back up a little bit and he turns and he looks at me and I just start like sprint limping away.
Yeah,
I'm like
so-
sprint limping away. And then I'm like, no, don't look at me. Don't look at me like this. He's just right behind me.
Dude. Because like,
It's just
In public, like it's like yeah, everyone can hear you screaming that
that's
shit.
crazy,
dude, because like a little bit before that, Dylan joined me because he was kind of like, I've had my fun, you know, And so we're just trying to see where everybody else is. And I'm sitting there talking to Dylan. And then I just look to my right. And from around the corner, I just see Jason like peeking out at me. And the second our eyes met, instantly. And I was like, I got to go after him. So, and then
Real quick, because it's just funny because I'm hearing all this for the first time right now.
Yeah.
My entire night was I would just wander around. I'm gonna get a shot. Go do a shot of vodka. Go back in the crowd. Come back out. Get a shot. Go back. I did like 8 shots.
Dude,
that night.
I think me and Keegan had very similar experiences because it was like, if you know the movie like Dazed and Confused, like I was in the perfect level of like, I'm not in the material plane anymore. So like I would go around and see these fucks doing their little shits and it's like hilarious to me because I'm like not talking. I am like in the sunken place.
Yeah.
Like I am going around this club because I am just having the best time of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm just walking around and I see Jason like, there's like these little bleachers and I see him up in the corner and I would like go up to him and I'm like, you okay? And he just as he was saying like, I'm good. And I go, okay. I leave. See Cameron like walking around or something. Hide. Fucking Dylan. He'll like walk in out of the shadows. It was just like so funny, dude. Because you're walking around in a place that like just does not feel fucking real.
Yeah.
And you see your boys that you've known since middle school
Yeah.
show up and have their own little experiences with you. And you're like, this shouldn't be happening. And that's why I love being with him. Because it's like, he brings you back to reality as soon as you see him.
It's so funny.
It's so funny.
Yeah, dude. And like I there was like this one corner with these like 4 pillars that were close together that I loved because it was just so cool. And I liked hanging around over there. And I looked down this little like ledge. It's like just a straight hole through 2 pillars where you can sit. It's almost like a little crawl space.
Yeah.
And I just see a girl leaning back. And I walk around. I see a dude eating her vagina. I'm like, yo, this shit's beast as fuck. This shit's crazy.
That's our environment.
And I sit there and watch.
Pull out my dick.
I'm like sitting there. I'm gooning to it. I'm gooning to him eating her vagina. I'm like, yo, that shit's cool as fuck. No, I didn't watch, but I did see it, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then shortly while after they left, I'm like, okay, cool. I get my spot back.
I just like what happened.
Like, why is it so fucking sticky?
But like basically after I caught him, I hadn't known about the fall at all. I was like, "Why are you limping? Are you okay?" And then he sat down, like I think in that crawl space
Yeah.
there.
On the other end, where
And-
other, I wasn't
yeah,
gonna sit
yeah.
there.
And it was just so funny because like he was like, "My fucking ankle hurts. These 2 behind me are getting head." And I look because I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I just see someone turn their head, look right at me, and I'm like,
Oh yeah. By the way, when I was by myself, I was sitting on a ledge, and this dude comes up to me, and he goes, "Hey, what's your name?" I'm like, "Jason." He's like, "What are you here for?" Or like, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for my friends to come around." And he's like, "Cool. Do you want your dick sucked?" And I'm like, "I'm okay, thank you though."
That's crazy.
He's like, "Okay," and he just walked away.
That's crazy.
And then when Cameron found me, I sat down. He was standing with me, and Dylan was there too. And when I was saying that, like, this dude behind you guys is getting fucking head. He's sucking someone off. I'm shouting. I'm like thinking this is funny.
Yeah.
And the dude is like, he's wearing a thong, but he pulled it all the way down. And he's like got this other dude. They're like sitting on a ledge, so his legs are like kind of like he's straddling him almost, but standing up. And he's just like they're like making out. One dude's stroking him off. I'm like, what the fuck is happening 2 feet from us? Like this dude's butt ass naked, getting fucked.
One of the best things Jason said to me was like, I felt like when I was there was no morals. Like this was the ultimate like den of like Satanism. Like God is not here. Yeah. God is not
Genuinely
here.
though, it did kind of feel like
so funny.
It felt like almost like I just felt like a rift in time, you know. Philip, when we got there, Philip goes, "Isn't this just like Riften from Skyrim?"
Yeah.
Which is just like a sewer system.
Okay.
So funny.
Yeah, we were talking about that last time, but I just was so excited because I know you love medieval shit. I'm like, is it like Riften, bro? They probably used to hear us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people in line.
People hear us, go hide, go hide. Isn't this like Riften? Those dudes are getting head.
I'm saying, you guys.
Like my hair's like I felt like I just didn't exist because you have some of these experiences with people. Dude, I had no interaction with like a single human. Like it was so strange. I would like go through all these crowds and it just felt like I phased through people. Like I just was not there.
Yeah.
But it was really fun.
It was crazy. I did have a sort of like, almost like an epiphany, I was like, man, this shit's crazy. I don't know if this shit's for me. I was like, this shit's fun. Like, hold on. I will say, so glad I went. I would go again. It is so fun. But I'm like, this doesn't like speak to my soul. Like this girl started dancing with me. She like bumped into me. I look over.
Oh my god,
I'm like,
bro. That face.
And then she starts dancing. She's like, I think she was like,
Fuck, is she a monkey?
no, I don't. I think she was foreign. She was talking with her friends and they weren't speaking English.
Okay.
And then she started dancing like, oh, cool, ha ha ha. And then I just fucking turn around. And I'm like, this shit is. I'm about to have a Blade
He's
moment.
having his Sigma moment.
I'm about to have a Blade moment. I don't know if you've never seen Blade, right?
It was Blade. That whole experience was Blade.
Blade is like a vampire killer.
I know Blade.
Don't explain it. It was Blade.
It was Blade as fuck. And I'm like in there, I'm like, this is so awesome. This is so cool. But like a lot of people go there and they're like making out with other people and stuff. And they're like doing like, they're like sucking each other off, giving each other a head and stuff. I'm like, I could never do that here. I could never even make out with someone here. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like once you do that, it's over for you.
No, there's no going back.
Like imagine you get married to a woman
And she says, I've been to the basement.
and she's like, oh yeah, I used to go to the basement like every weekend.
Oh shit.
Because it's like I don't really care.
I played
about-
hide and seek there once.
I don't want to say. Me and my boys go there today. Yeah. Like, oh my god, did you play hide and seek? And she's like, no.
Dude,
It's the perfect hide and seek.
top
boys.
5 hide and seek places.
It is so fun. But no, I don't want to sound like an incel, but it's like I don't know.
We don't really fit in there.
Yeah, it's just
We all, yeah, like it's really fun and the music. I like the music, but I don't think we fit in there.
yeah, like
Yeah.
I knew that it wasn't like my kind of place when Dylan told me like, don't smile. I'm like, shit.
Who's taking a piss?
There.
My ears.
All right, my bus. Keep going.
But I was like, yeah. Once Dylan told me don't smile, I'm like, this place doesn't like vibe with me too much. But the other place we went to, so cool. I loved it. I wanted.
The other place was really good.
When I went there, I was like, yo, I need to do this every weekend in New York. And I was like, oh, maybe London too. That would be cool. In the catacombs.
That would be pretty cool.
That's France.
We'd find
Why'd you
them
get so
in
mad?
London.
Why'd you
We'd
get so
find the
mad?
catacombs in London.
Sure. Sure, dude. What's the vibe for the rest of the podcast?
Doesn't move from there.
But no. The catacombs in France would be dope. And then I know London is huge on that kind of stuff.
No. We gotta go there in like Germany and stuff.
Yeah, Germany
Anywhere
too.
in Europe, like I'm telling you, it's like the first one. It's like Keegan's whole thing. Like maybe not the same type of music, but that boiler room vibe, like that's what it was. Like it was just a white room, pretty much like Blade 2 opening scene.
Yeah.
But it was cool. Like you just go in there.
And in that one, it's like people are doing coke, and I'm like, yo, I don't want to do coke, but it's like cool to see people doing coke.
you were like, oh, I'm where it's at then.
Yeah, I'm like,
not gonna do that.
this is it. This is the place to be.
Yeah.
But then I'm like,
I would be tempted.
and there weren't people like making out.
Whoa.
What did you just say?
I feel like I would be tempted to try it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, coke in this age, bro, fentanyl's everywhere.
Yeah, you would
if
die.
everyone's near me doing it.
If I did it,
No, but I'm saying like
I had a fucking
if
line
I
on my
watch
shoulder.
someone
Get on here.
out of their own thing and then they do the same thing, I'd be like, okay, well they're doing it.
That's crazy, man.
What if I had a line of coke on my gooch? You were fucked up enough. Would you do it?
that's a whole different level.
You would, bro.
Insanity.
You would, bro. Don't lie. You would.
Yo, I'm in the basement.
I would feel safe.
I'm in the basement. It's been 2 hours.
I feel like whatever Philip
been 2
got going on down there would get rid of whatever fentanyl. It would burn the fentanyl away.
I don't do shit.
It's like an oven.
Y'all think weird of me, bro.
Bro grows shrooms on his gooch.
No one said
I
anything
lifted my
about
balls. Fucking the most clean line. Shape.
I'll prove it.
brown, yellow blood.
Oh man.
Just disgusting. We're just
Oh, man.
like a little roach. This angle too. I love our the podcast angle. You see all of it.
But no, yeah, the whole thing was awesome. It was super cool. I loved it. The boiler room was dope. No one was like making out in there, which I thought was cool. Because I'm like, man, you know,
No pressure.
nope. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I did see this
'Cause even though you
awkward ass
don't-
girl and like with this guy, and I was like, I don't know if she's getting harassed or if she's just weird. Yeah, I found out later she was just weird.
She was just weird.
Most of them are just weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I think it was like one of those vibes where everyone there probably like, even if you're like the coolest motherfucker ever, you probably go there with like a sense of like a little bit like, oh shit. Because it just, you don't feel that safe in those places.
Yeah.
Like, it is just a random ass place in New York. So I think everyone's very like, it was kind of like when I went to EDC, it was like, everybody just give everybody space. Like, it was not as intense as like you would think. So it's fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the basement was super
Yeah.
cool. I had a super good time. It was awesome. I would go again. I would love to find other places like it too.
And there's
It's
so
just so
many.
cool.
So
Yeah.
many.
So
Like that
many.
one place we chose, that was just like a fucking toss of the coin. Like, just go every fucking weekend up there.
Yeah, it just had Dylan, had Jason, and then eventually, well, at first we were gonna wait out because there was only like 1 hour left, so we were like planning to leave, but Philip and King kind of caught the vibe and
I
realized.
basically got pulled to the fucking soprano table.
Yeah, and that's what
Yeah.
I did not want to happen at all. Like, I know Keegan came up to us, and I was like, man, I should have just told him just go vibe, go hang out, because I did not want them to leave
Yeah.
to feel like that everyone
Pressure,
else wanted to
yeah.
leave.
No, we made it to 5. We were like, at that
Yeah.
point, like, I wanted to stay because it was fun, but I was like, oh, everyone's here. I had no problem.
I was literally I was telling you and Dylan, I was just like, I know they want to stay. It's just 1 more hour. Dylan's sitting there like,
Dude,
literally eyes shut.
I know
like,
Dylan.
he's sleeping.
For some reason, I don't remember Dylan speaking that much at all. There.
I don't think he
was tired.
I think he was definitely tired, but also like Dylan's a gamer. Like he definitely like is more in those vibes, but he's a gamer. He don't want to be there like all like till 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I know. I didn't even want to leave, and I couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
So I
No,
just,
I,
I just
was
know.
like, I just knew you were like, I was so happy. Not to say it happened to you, but out of everybody in the group, I was like, Jason's tough enough to like not want to go home, and I was like, thank God.
dude, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not have gone home. And if it didn't hurt, I would have stayed there till that shit closed.
Dang. It was fun.
But yeah, and literally like Philip said, like I was pretty much just phasing through. I was just walking around.
No interactions with people.
No, I just like I just walked around and that was really it.
I went in and I was like, I was like, oh, maybe I will. Maybe I will try to like,
Talk to someone.
pick up girls or go hang out. But then like halfway through, I'm like, no, I don't want to. That was before I hurt my ankle.
But yeah, so
And I was
we
tempted
got
to
out.
get head. I was tempted to say yes to the guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
heck,
Because imagine the flex you could do to Dylan. Like, I'm not even gay and I got it before you.
I'm like, Dylan, come over here. Look at
Hey,
this
Dylan,
shit.
I'm not gay and I got gay head before you.
Dude. me trying to find Jason, watching a guy going down on him would have been insane.
I know, bro.
I think that would have
Hey,
been
Cameron,
insane.
count to 20. Come find me. Find the dude. Find the dude. I'll take the head right now. I'll take the head right now.
Holy fuck.
The jump scare.
Dude, I would have ran and found Philip and be like, dude, Jason's getting head from a dude. He's getting head from a dude right now.
Dude, I would have. Dude, can we go back and you do that?
Peace.
All right,
I booked the flight already, bro. I'm going Saturday night.
Making
Nice.
jokes with Dylan. I'm like, like he joined the Discord last night, and I'm in bed, and I'm just like, booked a flight next week. So fun.
I want to so bad.
I want to live there, bro.
Yeah,
Find a
but
way.
we
I'm looking.
but we leave basement. It's 5 a.m. We're like, all right, let's get some food. Originally, the plan was like, okay, let's go like find like a bar or like somewhere to eat that we can sit down at for at least like another hour, because then the buses will open back up at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
and then we could just take all of it all the way there. But we went to we went first to a McDonald's that was like not seating anyone inside, so we had to like walk even further to go to a Dunkin'.
My foot hurts.
Yeah,
So bad.
he's limping uphill.
Like
it's-
Christian, it is the worst pain ever. Like I can barely walk. At one point, I was like, all right, I gotta lock in. I started walking normally. Worst pain ever.
Yeah.
Also super cold. Like, I feel
Yes,
like
it is.
felt
It is
as-
24.
Yeah, it felt as cold as that, like the coldest time.
It was the. It was
I
the
couldn't even think
coldest.
about the cold. My fucking foot
Yeah,
hurt
yeah.
so bad.
Blessing in disguise.
Yeah. So we go to this Dunkin', we eat, and Dylan's like, it's like 5:30, and Dylan's like, I'm just gonna call us an Uber. So we Uber from Brooklyn over to where Dylan is.
From Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It wasn't that expensive, but it was like a 45-minute drive.
it was a drive,
Yeah,
though.
but I
Everyone's sleeping in the car.
I knocked out.
Everyone's
kinda did
sleeping in the
too. I
car
kinda did
at
too.
that point.
Did we talk about that one Uber?
Yes, I talk about that shit. Yeah, the fucking the legroom of that bitch,
It was
bro.
like a fucking optical illusion.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, there's a ton
yeah, I know. We got back there. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, so we go all the way back to Dylan's place. We head up. Now, one of the big things about Dylan's place is that it's pretty small. I mean, you know, it's a place in New York, and it's basically just a kitchen, living room, Dylan's room, bathroom, and then like a washer dryer unit. And but big, almost like half of the from like ceiling to the wall, like half of that is just a big window, and it's like it faces like north, but it gets so bright, and we're like getting back. And we've all been sleeping in this living room for the last like 3 days, and we're like, "Oh man, Dylan, you gotta get some blinds in here, bro." Because like we've just been waking up at like 8 a.m. and then having to get back to sleep because it's been so bright. And Dylan's like, well, "There's blinds." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? There's blinds." He's like, "Yeah, the chain. You guys didn't see the chain right there?" I'm like, "What? You never said you had blinds." He's like, "I thought you guys were just putting them down at night and then putting them back up in the morning." We're like, when would we have done that? You thought you would never see us put? He's like, "Yeah, there's blinds. You can put them down right now."
Yeah, he's like, you don't have blinds in Florida? I pull it. It's a projector screen.
Yeah,
And I'm
it's
like, you think we have that?
We were like, "What the hell?"
Like, I looked him in the face and I was just like, you're not fucking real.
Yeah.
You're not fucking real, bro.
We were all just
It
like,
was like actually annoying.
yeah, it was insane. We were just like, okay. And so then we got to put the blinds down. We slept. We got up around like, I want to say noon. It was around there.
noonish, yeah.
And this is our last day there. You know, we're all our really minds are on is like, okay, we got to pack and then we got to get out of here. Jason flew out earlier than us. Anything, do you want to talk about your trip to the airport?
A lot of Jews on the
Okay.
flight. A lot of Jews.
Oh.
And there were a lot of Jews on my flight.
Damn.
And then these ones, they were like, maybe we can do this little thing on the flight.
Oh, I'm on the Jew-only flights. I read
Oh yeah, I
only Jew
texted
on
Christian. I
this
was like,
flight.
I feel like I'm on the Jew only flight.
That's what it was. I read it wrong. I read only Jew on this flight.
But no, there were a lot of Jews on the flight, and I don't think I've ever seen that many in my life.
Mhm.
And like in one place, there were a lot of little kids. They were up there for some like little religious thing that they had going on, and they were gonna do something on the flight. But then this older Jewish man was like, do that in the airport. Don't do that here." And the guy was like, "Why?" We're like about to take off, and I think it was something that would have held up the flight. I'm like, "Yo, thank God he did that, bro."
You said Jewish kids?
Yeah, there were some Jewish kids.
yeah.
You could
So-
tell they all had that little hat on.
Yeah.
The one I just want to
We,
put on
so,
my head.
Just needed to know that for
Don't
context.
cut that. Don't cut that.
so one important thing too. Saturday night we went to this bar before we left Chelsea. Before we went and got ready for the basement, and I get the email like, "Oh, check in for your flight." I'm like, "Okay, cool, check in for our flights." And we all check in, and it says that I have a middle seat again, but I'm like row 19. And I'm like, okay, that's not that bad. But then Cameron's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna change my seat." I'm like, "What, you can just do that?" And Cameron's like, "Yeah, you just hit change seat." And I clicked in. Yeah, like, you know, if you check in early enough before they start randomly assigning seats, if you do it early enough, you can just pick wherever you want. I was like, "Oh, that's crazy." And so I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'll just sit on this aisle seat towards the back," because there was just like 5 rows in the back that were just
Yeah,
completely
it was like
open.
9, 12, like 12 free seats on each side in the back of the plane.
And then I don't know if Philip, you want to talk about Cameron when we were
Wait.
when you were like, "Oh yeah, cool. I'm sitting in this. I have an aisle seat and no one's next to me."
Dude, yeah. I'm like, I got an aisle seat, no one's next to me, and Cameron looks at me and goes, "Oh, I just switched to the middle seat next to you, dude."
Because
And I'm
we're
like,
the plane together.
what the fuck, man? What the fuck? I'm like, I might not get a middle seat, asshole.
It could just stay empty.
Yeah. And he has the option to choose aisle and window seats. And he's like, I want to sit next to bro. Oh my God, bro. Shit pissing me off. And he's snickering. And I'm like, there's no way this motherfucker's real.
I know. When Cameron said that to us that he did that, I'm like, what the?
Yeah, we were all like,
fuck?
"What?" Like,
I feel you, Kevin. I feel you.
I got
you
super
got
lucky
Larry
though.
David on your side at least. Oh shit! Fuck.
I got super lucky though. There was no one in my middle seat.
Nice.
But yeah, so then we ended up deciding like, cool. Cameron and I picked opposite aisle seats from each other in the back, and then Philip was like 3 rows in front of us on an aisle seat already, so it's like he's not gonna move. And we're like, all right, cool, it's great. And so we like get to the airport. The whole trip there was fine. We get to the airport. We get in. Because we got there so early. We got there at like.
I remember you texted me that. I was like,
Like
oh,
two
it's
and a
like
half
Our
hours
flight left
early.
at 8, and we got there at 5 because
Yeah.
we're like, all right, security's gonna be like an hour, and then we get there and we walk up, security line under 5 minutes. We're like, what? And it was under 5 minutes. We
It
just went
was-
right through, and we're like, okay.
complete different experience from the last time you guys
Yes,
came
I
back.
know.
It was refreshing.
Very little story there.
2 hours of free time compared to fucking.
Yeah.
I left my bag.
And so we kind of just chill in the terminal for a while. We have food, whatever, and then boarding starts. We start boarding, and we're like walking towards the back of the plane, and Cameron turns to me and is like, "Oh no," and it turns back, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like looking back, and I see that the plane is full like all the way to the back, and I'm like, "Oh, there's so many seats. How'd they fill all those seats?"
Yeah.
It was, I guess there must have been like a high school Jewish convention because it's just now like 4 rows of high schoolers in the back and then just me and Cameron.
And also the line like wasn't moving, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah,
And
we were
it
just
was
standing
just
there for
like
so
we
long.
got closer and closer slowly, and then one of them sitting in my seat, and they're like, "Oh, are you sitting here? Are you sitting here?" And they weren't moving. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, that's my seat."
Well,
And
I
then-
was just gonna explain I was literally trying to be like, oh well, we're just gonna, if no one sits in these 2 seats, he's just gonna sit with me anyway. We were planning on, oh cool, because no one was next to me, it could just be the window seat, Cameron, middle, nothing, and then me, and then we could do whatever.
Yeah.
And like no, it's okay, it's okay. And then get up and they all move, and it was so funny because you could tell we just fucked their entire operation up. It was like every row had like 2 people move to their original seat. It was like, oh no, all for at the beginning of the flight, Cameron just moved over next to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it was just so funny because it was just like they're just high schoolers on a flight. They were just being like loud, but it was just like the girl behind me, like I'm like sitting there, I'm like working on music at one point, and I just feel like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And like at this point, I'm like kind of lean forward working my laptop, and I go to lean back here. Her foot is on my armrest, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then her foot goes down. I'm like, what the hell? Like,
I remember at one point I heard one of them go, "Rabbi Wilson, are we almost there yet?"
yeah,
What the fuck?
it was insane.
I heard a bunch of them say shit like that on my flight too.
That's crazy.
Rabbi Gerard, how long is the flight?
Meanwhile, on Delta, there's a button that says flight tracker.
Yeah.
It tells you. And oh my
First time
god.
flying.
Dude, I did see this little thing on Twitter the other day where this guy was like, I was sitting on my flight, about to fall asleep, and then I get tapped on the shoulder, and I had to go help tackle this guy that was gonna lunge for the emergency exit. Dude, I wanted to do that shit on my flight.
Let's go for the emergency.
Yes, bro.
You wanted to be
They all clapped when we landed. That
Dude,
shit
the
pissed me
kids
off.
clapped at our plane
That
too.
shit pissed
my
me off. I
God,
don't know
dude.
why. It
We were-
shouldn't, but it did.
Yeah,
It made
I
me
was-
so mad.
I was like, oh, these fucking kids.
Just those classic Jewish
Oh.
New York to Florida plane.
No,
flights.
That
Yeah.
is a thing. That is a thing. From New York to Florida,
It is
there are a
very
lot of
big
Jews.
Jewish area.
Yeah, there are a lot of Jews
when we landed,
around where we
the
live.
pilots were like, we want to congratulate the Jewish children of Boynton, Boca Raton, and Lake Worth for their win. And then people clapped. And I'm looking at Karen, I'm like, he didn't even congratulate us for making it in the basement? The IF boys are on the plane!
Oh, because it was like he's like an acronym of letters, and it was like
Yeah.
it's IF.
Yeah.
It's IF.
But, we're on the flight.
IF boys.
What?
IF boys.
Yo,
What
Oh.
the fuck? Wait, no, we need to change the fuck out of our name stat.
Have we never heard this?
What the fuck? This is genuinely the first time I'm hearing this shit.
It's the first time I think all of us are
We're 4 years in.
IF boys.
We're
And
4
I
years-
said it.
We're 4 years in.
That's so funny that all of us just heard.
What
for
the
first time.
fuck? IF
100%
boys.
my first time thinking about this.
All
Yeah,
of us, all
same,
of us.
same.
No,
I've
no
never
one has
thought
ever
that.
said that shit because he said acronym IF.
But no one's ever said it to us either.
Dude, he was
everyone-
saying it to me, and I was literally fluoride staring like, what?
Because he used it as an acronym IF, and I wanted to butt in and make
And then-
you're a pedophile joke and be like, oh, IF boys, like, oh, you F boys. But then I was like, wait, no, that's our actual. That's us. Like IF boys. What the fuck?
We're cutting all this.
I
No,
love
because no,
this.
we
It's
need
so
to change that
funny.
shit now. Because no, we have.
Hey,
to
Now
change
we
that
have
shit.
some motivation. Now we
We've
have
always wanted to change
Basement boys.
it. The basement boys.
Yeah.
We've always
Basement boys.
wanted to change it. But that's funny that that's the first time any of us think of it like that.
Holy shit, man.
I don't even want to continue.
Yeah, I'm done with this group actually.
Bye, Jason. Philip, come here.
It's all a big joke, and he's gonna walk back.
He's
over
not coming
I'll
back.
take both.
You'll take both.
Check.
But okay, so we sit down. Flight takes off. Me and Cameron like aren't really looking to sleep, and so I'm like, oh shit, Cameron, they got chess on the thing. And we're like, oh, but it's single player. So we open it, and then it was multiplayer. And so me and Cameron are playing chess against each other, and let's just say I won.
Okay.
Dude,
Won?
so what
just say I
happened?
won.
What happened was, wasn't it like the pilot started
So
talking?
anytime the pilot comes on for an announcement, it like freezes everyone's screens on the plane. It says announcement.
So it's doing that, like pretty much disconnected
out
our
of the game.
But for him, it says other player left the game,
And I'm like,
and I'm like, I didn't
gotta-
fucking leave. I didn't leave.
I got a cheeky little photo I'll put up later.
It's funny. And then after that, we used the middle screen because no one was sitting there. We pulled up the casino game.
Yeah, there's just a game where it just gives you fake money and you can just gamble and you just try to run it up
There's
as high
all
and
these
you try not to
different
go
games.
zero. And
It's so funny because at first we're doing it together and we're playing blackjack. We're like, we stand on this. Like,
and we're not filming anything. We're just like hit, and we're like whispering like, oh my god, yes, yes, fuck yes.
We're whispering.
No, the fucking
whole
house,
time.
no. We're like, we're so back. We're so back. It's gonna go. We're going on the moon.
And
We're
then, like, dude, and then he gives me the video recorder,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm gonna make music.
just like
And
you
so
can
I'm
film
like
yourself.
filming myself playing.
So
this
we have like
gambling thing.
30 minutes of camera
And
like
so, like-
horse racing. And, like,
Dude, I'm sitting there. I'm like, horse number 5. This is the one.
Yeah.
It's times 20 odds. This is the one. This is the one.
Yeah.
And then eventually, I'm like playing slots. And I have this shot. I can't wait to see it. Of like, I'm like playing, and I'm at like 10K, and I get like the jackpot, and I'm at 20K, and I pan over to Keegan, and he's making music, and then he like looks up, looks at the screen, and goes,
oh shit.
and we're like, I'm so bad. Like we're hype. The girl with the drinks comes by. Are you recording? I go,
Yeah.
No. Put it down. End of the filming.
Yeah, because we were like, she comes by and Cameron's like talking to himself into the camera, like playing the casino game,
Yeah.
leaned over into the middle seat, like, come on, we're gonna hit, and she's like, sir, do you want anything to drink? Oh, just water, please. Okay, are you recording? No. Just puts it down.
Wait, I actually have some videos from when we were doing all that
Yeah.
shit.
It's on his phone.
Hold on, let me see. This was when Keegan and I were playing roulette.
I don't need to watch. I don't care.
We're like, bet on black.
It was black.
You hear us?
That's like how loud we were the whole time.
It's
Go to the
dark in
next
there.
one.
To the right.
Yeah.
Goes left.
Horse race.
Oh, 5 is in the lead for a second there. Did you win? Yeah, you won.
Did you hear me? Dude, because that was a random. Dude,
10 p.m.
because I had already lost like 4 times. I was just recording just to have that, and I was like, oh, I won. I actually won.
I actually won on the
And then
phone.
there's this. Then there's just this snap.
update. We lost everything.
Rode for like 20K to nothing.
It just says bankrupt. You've spent all your money.
That's crazy.
I can't wait to like see all that footage.
And then pretty much we just landed. They clapped when we landed. I got a subscriber. This one kid saw me making music. He was like, "Oh, what's your Spotify?" I was like, "Oh, let me give you my YouTube." It's just like not.
Do you remember the other kid? Like when we were
oh my
landing,
God, yeah.
It was like they were all like getting mad at this one kid, and he's like, What, guys? I'm trying to bring the passion back to West Palm.
Yeah.
Sounds just like Zachary Becerra.
Name drop him. Clapping the mic so you know where to bleed.
No. He was name dropped last episode too.
By me?
By Philip.
Oh.
Philip just kept saying his name. So. We keep it in. We keep it in.
You guys are on episode 50. We're on episode like 2.
I don't know.
Come on.
But
So funny.
yeah, and then Christian picked us up, and I got to cuddle with him for a little bit before I went to bed, and that was New York, guys.
There you go.
New York. All right, so what did we all do last week before New York?
Before New York,
Played basketball.
I watched The Prestige on the flight.
Was it
Before New York.
Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale, opposing magicians. What the fuck? Best movie I've ever seen ever. Dude, I couldn't hear the bullshit that was going on back there because I was like, this is the best movie I've ever
best
seen.
movie I've ever
I
seen,
see
yeah.
Hugh Jackman in Tesla's coil disappearing. Watch The Prestige, bro. Good movie.
That's a good way to end the,
And that's
the
it,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to end. Everyone go watch the
everyone go watch
Prestige.
Prestige.
There's a clip. I'll put it in right now. Hugh Jackman in Tesla's coil.
Put the heavily copyrighted Prestige
The
clip.
most insane shit ever.
All right, well, thank you guys. I love the stories.
Love you all. Love
What was
you
your
you.
favorite part? What was your favorite
My
part?
favorite part, probably hearing all the basement stuff. The basement's always the highlight.
What's your favorite?
Basic
What's
bitch.
your favorite
No,
basements?
no tattoos, right?
No
No
tattoos.
tattoos.
No tattoos.
Ooh, tall ass guy had to mog on
Yeah,
us.
it sucks to
did
be
you fuck
tall
up-
sometimes.
Was
huh?
that bulb off?
It sucks to be
before?
tall in
Yeah, I
a
think
house
so.
full of hobbits.
I thought the pod was over. I was leaving.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.